This is the Renaissance Men Podcast, broadcasting live on YouTube and Twitch. Now please welcome your host, Stuart Garrard.
Good evening and welcome to the Renaissance Men Podcast for Friday, June the 10th, 2022. I am your host, Stuart Garrard. And joining me, as always, is my good brother, James T. Saint.
I nailed that, James T. Saint. I nailed that.
Mr. Friday Night. Is that a moniker that you go by? I think it is.
Oh, no. Yeah. Loads of homeless people call me that.
Jimmy, how are you?
I'm bloody ruddy good, Stu. It's been a good week. It's been a good week for us people. Us people.
Where are you going with this?
Been a good week for humans.
Well, not all,
planet
surely.
Earth.
Some humans are at war, Jimmy. Come on.
Yeah, good point. I just meant like the human race as a whole. The human race we haven't been attacked by an outside force. Aliens, you know, those bloody aliens. Mars, people from Mars, you seen them? They're bad uns. Yeah, they're bad people. But yeah, apart from that, no, it's been good. What did we have? We had Platinum Jubilee last weekend.
We did,
so that was all good.
Oh.
Yeah, then I'll tell you what I did do was bloody interesting. It may not be interesting to everyone, but on the Saturday I went to an artisan fair. Have you been to an artisan fair before?
Is this like a Renaissance fair?
Oh no, I wish it was a Renaissance fair. That sounds ace.
So, is it okay? What is an artisan fair? Is it where people make bread or they sell their wares?
Yes,
homemade
yes.
wares.
Yeah, selling of homemade wares. So usually people are selling a load of shit. Things made of wool, sweets. People have snuck in with penny sweets, crystals. Yeah, not good enough. What you said? What did you say? Some sort of Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
That would have been great. Where they're, where there's all buxom ladies. Buxom? That's the word, isn't it?
I think that's fine. Yep.
And people selling cooked eyeballs and assholes for you to taste. There was none of that. There was a German sausage seller, which, interesting enough, me and my German brother-in-law didn't eat. He's a vegetarian, and I had a big breakfast. But there was someone selling big sausages. But what there was a blacksmith. A modern-day blacksmith.
The more you talk about this, the more it sounds like a Renaissance fair. But carry on.
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? It wasn't. It sounds. It sounds much better than it was. But I'll keep going. And there was a blacksmith, not Will Smith, a blacksmith.
Bravo.
And he was selling his metal wares. I bought this. I bought this from him, Stu.
Yeah. Very nice.
This was made out of a spring from a car.
It looks it.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. But he said what sparked off his love of blacksmithian and stuff is his wife, who was there. I think she was international. She had bought him a blacksmith experience. You know, like a weekend where you are a racing driver for the weekend, or you are Kevin Spacey for the weekend, or whatever, you know. She'd bought him, you are a blacksmith for the weekend. So he had a forge and he was making things, and he didn't finish any of his work. So he said, well, I'm not going to pay £400 for another weekend. I'll create my own forge, which he did 5 years ago. And now he makes all this stuff out of metal, roses, lilies, these things, knives, sharp knives.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law Freddie brought a die. That's a dice singular. For those people who think dice is the singular for die, you buffoons. He bought a die, and it was very interesting talking to this blacksmith. Yeah. He wasn't what you'd hope from a blacksmith.
No, I've got visions of Peter Dinklage in Endgame.
Yeah,
forging mighty weapons.
Yes. Yeah, he
Not
did.
that.
I mean, he did some knives. He did, and I think my father-in-law is going to commission him to create him some sort of sword. But yeah, he wasn't everything you'd want from a blacksmith. But I was very happy with my creation, and he was very good at what he did.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Do you know what, Stu?
Go on.
Do you know what? That was him I met, and I also met up with an old mate of mine who has taken up flying. As a hobby. He's bought himself an aeroplane. Now, I know not everyone can buy themselves an aeroplane, but it made me think maybe we should take up a hobby. Maybe everyone should take up a hobby.
What would you call
Blacksmithing.
this?
Well, this is me and you. This is what we do. But I'm talking to the people out there.
Oh,
whose
okay.
hobby-
The wider public. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. The troglodytes. I know everyone can't do flying, everyone can't do blacksmithing, but a hobby is so good for you. So good for you. So this is my thing for our listeners. Up a hobby and tell us what it is, or if you've got a hobby, tell us what it is, and if it's interesting, we can discuss it, and you can show us your wares, or even peddle your wares.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I like a spin-off from the gallery.
Yes.
Where we... Yeah. Yes. I do know. Famous superfan Holly Williams is a dab hand at upcycling wares, so she can take I don't know one of those pallets, one of those wooden pallets, and craft a sofa.
No way.
I'm probably exaggerating to some degree, but she loves all that. She loves that. Like, a day didn't go by during lockdown where she would send us all a photo of something she created in her garden.
Really? Wow.
From a matchbox or something. It's incredible. Holly, you haven't chimed in yet in the chat. I hope you're okay. But this is a shout out to you and your crafting skills. Spot on. But yeah, Jimmy, lovely story. Other than that, what else did you get up to? Is that it?
I was doing some more filming with my cousin this week for our next episode of
lovely.
All Seasons Cleaning. So that will be out, if not next week, the week after, which we'll pedal on the group as well.
Yep. Yes, we will.
Yep. That's me. That's been me this week. It's been a nice week.
Good. If you're kind of noticing me leaning in a bit, trying to get some light from my little micro light I now have, my massive ring light, in fact, I'll show you. This isn't working anymore, and I'm most perturbed. I'm not happy. So I may be a bit darker than I usually am, or I may lean in a bit more because I'm trying to get every ounce of light that I can. But anyway, I just wanted to make that clear. I do apologise for any production issues we may have. It is what it is.
You can't tell, Stu, to be honest.
Good. Well, I'm glad I highlighted it then.
Yeah.
What have I been up to this week? Well, not a great deal, Jimmy, to be honest. I have received today. It's a good day. I've received my Lego Optimus Prime. Yeah, so I'm going to be all over that over the next few days. Expect some videos inbound of me unboxing, building, playing. I'll just be there in my pants playing with it. I'll get Benj to film it.
Are you the first in the country to have received one?
I don't think so.
Just shush. Are you the first in the country?
I am. Yep.
Well, definitely you should unbox that and get that out there, because if you're the first, Stu, hordes of
The what?
the hordes
Gotcha.
of what are they called? Decepticons? No, the goodies.
Autobots.
Autobots.
GoBots. The poor man's transformer. That was.
You say that, Stu, but when I was a kid, Rock Lords versus GoBots was one of my favourite films.
In Ashington.
Yes, it was in Ashington. I get it from Blogsy's video store in Ashington and watch it. But no, as you say, the Autobots must be chomping at the bit to watch you unbox that bad boy.
I think they probably are. So I cannot wait. The box is fucking the Amazon box is huge, but that doesn't really mean a lot, does it? Because there could be like a die in there, for example.
Singular.
Yep.
I get batteries in boxes this big for like
I know.
4
Ridiculous.
AAs.
Ridiculous.
They don't care about the environment.
No, they don't. What else have I done? Oh, I put in a job application to this week. I did that. That's quite a...
What for? Chippendales again?
Yep, Chippendales.
20th time lucky.
Yep, he's hoping. But no, a promotion. So, I'm not sure if I want it, but I'll put in for it anyway. But we'll see what happens, what comes of that. But yeah, wish me luck.
That's amazing, Stu, because our viewers followed you through your last campaign to become manager of taxes or whatever you became, so
Her Majesty's purse, please.
yeah, Her Majesty's purse, you dirty bastard. So imagine what you'll get this time. His Majesty's ball sack or whatever.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see what comes of that. But I'm ever hopeful. My rise to power continues.
Here he goes, Palpatine.
Yeah.
Up the ladder.
But other than that, no, I'm good, mate, and I'm it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you. But with that being said, it's not all about us. It's all about those questions from our lovely listeners and viewers, and we have some, and we're going to answer them in our next segment. Ask Us Anything. Here we are, Ask Us Anything, with the segment where our Facebook or Twitter family, I'm going to call them, ask us questions each week and we answer them on the show. It's a very simple concept, to be perfectly honest with you, but it produces some cracking content. So here we go. Of course, Holly asks, if you could change your voice, which country or regional accent would you choose? Darth Vader.
Yeah. Where's he from? The regional accent of Vader.
Yeah. Mustafa.
No, what I was saying was, good question.
Oh.
What I was saying.
Okay. Regional accents. Are you a fan of regional accents?
Yeah,
I don't
big
know.
time.
Oh yeah. That is one of the great traits of our nation, isn't it? The wide array of regional accents that we've got.
Yeah, I think you're right, Stru, because if sorry, Stru. If you look at, you're right. If you look at a larger country, are their accents as varied? Maybe they would say they were, but we just can't hear it because they're talking Greek or whatever,
Yeah.
Do you know?
That's a very good point.
Stru, do you know that answer?
It's a good point. I mean, do they? I guess they probably do. Like, is there a regional, like a French Scousman, or the French variation on a Scouse? I'm not sure.
I think there are accents. I think I think they can tell where they're from, but maybe not as many as us, because accents are weird. You haven't got to go far before the accent gets completely different.
No,
but they are bizarre things. And you wonder, how has this happened? Like, I guess this little pocket of people has grown out. Surely?
Yeah. But do you know what I also find fascinating about accents is how people can so easily transition into another accent just simply by being surrounded by the accents for a period.
Yeah.
Like if people come over here from the States, they end up, or the reverse happens, and you kind of end up taking on.
Yeah.
The particular dialects that you're surrounded by. It's incredible, really.
My dad's a Scotsman, but people do say he still sounds Scots, but I don't hear it, Stu. I wouldn't say it to his face, but I don't hear it. Comments in the comment section. Evening chaps from the Rock, not the Rock, sorry, from Rock, lovely Rock. Roggy in the chat says, "What is the capital of Slovenia?" I presume he's.
I'm guessing that's an additional Ask Us Anything.
Yeah,
we can find out for you, Roggy, if you like, or you can just Google it, you lazy bastard.
Yeah, Rock has replied saying it's S, The capital of Slovenia is S.
Rock is a connoisseur of dad
it?
jokes. The man's incredible.
Yeah,
Absolutely incredible.
Roggy replied with, yeah, thank you, Rock. And apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger, I presume that's how he's known, isn't allowed to dub the Terminator in Austria because he has a rural farmer's accent. So it would be weird.
Oh, I want your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle, and your tractor. That's kind of like...
That's interesting, isn't it?
That is interesting. Is he lied? Is that a lie?
Oh, Roggy never lies. He never lies. Apart from that time when he pretended to be someone who came and stood between me and my friend Eddie Reynolds when he had his nose up and his glasses on, as I discussed last week.
Yeah.
But no, I imagine that will be... Oh, look, true fact. He's just... So, so there are regional, obviously, accents in other countries. But I don't think as surely as severe as they are in England.
No. You're right. You only have to go a couple of miles and... I mean, head up to Norfolk, and that's one, isn't it? Carrot Crunches up there. Can't hardly speak a word of English.
But...
head across to, like, Lincolnshire, through the Wolds. That's another weird accent. Head over to bloody, I don't know,
keep going,
Liverpool.
Stu. Keep travelling.
Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle.
Uh,
It feels like the more north you go, the more weird you get.
yeah, agreed. And do you think is there a change into like Scottish? Does it go up and weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder and Scots? Stronger accents till it gets. Is Scottish the extreme where you can't understand what they're saying? I used to have a friend when I was at Bretton Hall Drama School. You know, I went to drama school, right? I had a friend there called Scott, and he was awesome.
Scottish.
No. He's from the surrounding areas. He was from Robin Hood. Robin Hood. There's a place called Robin Hood near where I went to drama school. And sometimes we'd be sat together. He was a big, muscly, sexy guy. He was great fun. And he'd go, Jim, and I go, sorry, what, Scott? And he'll go, you. I go, sorry, Scott, I'm so. He'll go, fuck off, cunt. I'm like, sorry, Scott, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Scott, he's like, fuck off, God. Like, he'd get so angry at me because I didn't know what he was saying. But he was a good bloody guy. But if we go back to the question, what accent would we like to have?
That one, please. That sounds great. No,
The one that I said.
Yeah, no, that sounds horrendous. If you're being questioned about what you're being asked, what you're saying all the time, that can only be horrendous. I don't know.
For this podcast, especially, it would take, if you had his accent, we'd be on for hours.
We
With
would.
me going, what?
What? You do what?
What did you say, Strew?
Oh, what accent would I like? Welsh is always quite good, I find. Hello, boyo.
Yeah, lovely.
That's all I know.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I
And
quite like the Welsh.
It also depends what you're going, why you're changing the accent. Because I don't like my accent. I don't think it's particularly sexy or intelligent sounding accent. It's like a horrible Essex accent. And I remember when I was at drama school. You know, I went to drama school, right? I did my 3 years and then had the summer holidays off. And then when I went back after the summer holidays, I saw one of the tutors and I was like, oh, hey, bro. He started chatting. I went, what's happened to your voice? And I went, what do you mean? This is my voice. I went, well, you sound awful. Because I'd been back in Essex for like 2-3 months. I guess
It happens, mate. It happens, isn't it?
changed. But
pull
I
you
think
back
if I was
in.
going to go for any accent, I'd go for some sort of Scottish, like a soft Scottish accent, like James McAvoy. Yeah, like McAvoy. So not like my cousins is very. My cousins in Scotland live in like near Glasgow, Hamilton. It's very strong. I want people to understand me. So a nice soft Scottish accent.
Like a Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Hello, dear.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's probably the best accent you've done.
Probably
On your
not
history.
myself. But no, but a sexy Scottish.
Well, It's interesting that neither of us have chosen our own. The question asked us if we could change. What would we change it to? Do you like? You've said you don't like your accent. Would you actually like to change it then? If you could, take a pill. Yeah. Boom, boom. You would.
Yes.
Interesting.
I think I have a nasally, young, unintelligent sounding voice.
Yeah, I quite agree. Do you like the sound?
I don't know how I got this job.
No. Well, yes. Who knows, Jimmy? Who knows?
Affirmative action.
Let's turn this around. Throw it back out to the chat. What accent would you like? I tell you what, speaking of voices, I've got to say, Rock. Oh, his voice is like velvet. Absolute. It's silky. It's deep. He kind of speaks like this. It's deep and sexy and it's umptuous. Is that a word? Yeah. It's not, is it? But you know what I mean. It's just It's go watch his YouTube channel. I could see him doing voiceovers. Rock, do some voiceovers. It'd be amazing. Like narrating, I don't know, a public information film or something.
Public toilet. We've had some chats in the chat. Roggy says, I'd have Sean Beans.
Ooh, yeah.
Rock said, good job this show isn't visible across the UK. So many offended folk.
That's fair.
Roggy, oh yeah, your voice is awful, Jim. Voice for silent movies. Rock says public toilets. LMAO. But yeah, so Welsh, Scottish. I actually reached out to my celebrity friends.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we did actually have someone come back to us.
Okay.
Regular responder, Brian Blessed. I will warn you, I have not listened to this. So I can only apologise in advance to what he's going to say about what his favourite accent would be if he could change it. So here we go.
I'm bracing myself.
Hello, Nels. Yes, that's right. It's been... Hello, Nels. Yes, that's right. It's been Brian Blissard. What bloody... If I had to change my voice, what regional accent or country? I mean, it would be Bosnia, Phil. Hello, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Imagine his living room now just covered in slobber.
So Bosnassian, I think, was the.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. That was nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for the question. Shall I just quickly Google the capital of Slovenia? Was it Slovenia?
Yes, if we could. That was one of his questions. Yep,
we'll do. Capital of Slovenia. Oh God. LJUB LJANA. Ljubljana.
I think
I'll type it in the chat.
The bloody questions, Stu.
LJUB LJANA. Ljubljana. Sounds like Yubnup.
It does. Nyap lap. Nyap nyap nyap.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yubnup is the capital of Slovenia. Thank you, Holly, for your question. Thank you for your contributions in the chat. Let's take a look around the channel.
That's new.
Well, we've done this before, but I haven't done the sting really.
Yeah, I like it.
Let me. Oh, hang on. Let me.
Do you think we need new photos of me and you, Stu, so we don't look like?
Well, do you know what? I'm not beholden to the branding. I just did that because you said you wanted our faces on it. So I took an afternoon. You sent me a photo. I took a photo. Came out looking like bumholes.
I didn't necessarily say I want our faces. I may have said our faces, but I think I meant more sort of cartoony faces rather than our real faces looking like bumholes. But hey, Hey, it's branding.
Like I say, I'm not married to the branding. Perhaps we'll change it. We'll have a refresh at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight a few things on the channel. What's new? Have we got anything new? Oh yes, I did want to highlight the. I'll just briefly mention. Excuse me. I was going to mention Fortnite in more detail in the Week in Geek, but instead of that, just go and check out a gameplay video on the channel where myself, Benjamin, and Amanda got together as a family and played the Fortnite chapter 3, season 2 finale. So they do this massive event at the end of every season.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, there's like a whole Fortnite storyline going on. It's quite complex, and you know how I love my lore. So yeah, go check it out. It's about an hour long. It's just the three of us playing the event, and it was quite fun. I won't spoil what happens, but I think it's one of the better ones that they have done. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I won't spoil what happens, but one of us dies.
Oh, look at that. High praise from Rock. He enjoyed the family Fortnite session. Rock joined us in the chat. It was lovely. Thank you, Rock. Most appreciated. I think that's pretty much it. I think is that new? We've got some shorts. Go check out the shorts. This latest one is me building a Jurassic World Dominion exclusive poly bag, which is a little set that I got from Smith's. But do check out the shorts because there's a few on there. Mainly Lego focused. There's Benj. Yep. There we go. And I'll probably do one. They get some crazy views, Jimmy. I'm telling you, 1.6k on this one.
Stu,
crazy.
There's a lot of paedophiles out there.
Well,
Untapped market.
I didn't think of this. Shit. Abort. But no. More content coming up on the channel. Like I say, with the Optimus Prime Lego set. Obviously this. I mean, we've got.
That's awesome. That chicken walker.
Look at that. I know that's great.
Beautiful.
I got that with that's one of the freebies from the Lego website from the May the 4th promotion they did. If you ordered a certain amount, monetary wise, they gave you a free ATST, as you can see.
How many views did that get?
I'm not sure. On this
1,500.
One of them did, yeah. But
wow.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Deserving.
Thank you. But the point being, there's plenty of content on there. Go check us out. Go give us a sub. Be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
I'd also say, Stu, if there's anything that people want us to do,
yeah, good idea. Yeah,
to whore ourselves, just let us know. You know, put it in the chat, or just message us directly, or just send us a ransom note saying, "I know what you did.
Yep.
Do this.
Do this." But yeah, we're up for any. Us will experiment with anything.
Rock is giving us some Rock is giving us some comments tonight.
Rock.
Good job we're not anywhere by the sounds of Rock, just in our little country area.
Do you know what? It's lovely because bless him, he's so professional and he comes across so well on his videos. I feel like he comes in here and it's his chance to vent and relax and be himself.
Where is Rock? Rock, where do you live?
I'm sure he lives like Exeter way, down that's kind of like down south and west a bit.
I see him on Facebook with his awesome wrestling photos. He has a lot of fucking cool wrestling photos where he's doing his bits. But
Jimmy.
sorry?
Not the Rock.
No. Doesn't Rock have wrestling pictures out?
No.
Am I thinking of someone else?
Yes.
Am I thinking of The Rock?
I think you put.
Hang on, this isn't Dwayne Johnson.
No, certainly not. But there we go.
Why am I on this show?
Again, I don't know. But anyway, let's look around the channel.
Just another comment in the comments. Roggy saying, just thought it'd be nice to know what the capital of Slovenia was. He knew already, and it's pronounced Ljubljana.
Oh, thank you, Roggy. Thank you, mate. We did struggle. Thanks for saving us. Right. It's time where we take a look at one of the latest trailers in Hot Takes. 'Cause 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 'c
I've been waiting for this, Stu. I've been waiting a long time.
It looks like you have. Hot takes. Here we are. Like I say, this is our weekly segment where Jimmy and I react to the latest cinematic trailers. I said, well, we don't. No, let's not pigeonhole ourselves. It's not cinema trailers. It's trailers.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Right. This is.
Did you want more? Sorry.
No.
Great. Oh
no, I didn't really know where to go with that, to be honest. But no, this week
you're right, Stu. It could be cinema. It could be TV. It could be. Well, that's it, isn't it, for trailers?
Yeah, I think so. You could get video game trailers, but I don't know how entertaining that would be. Plus, it's like talking to a brick wall to you when I'm talking about video games, to be honest.
Sorry, my wife just walked into the room and saw me in the pumpkin hat. And she laughed, which is a plus because my wife doesn't usually laugh at me, so that's a win for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, she laughed at me.
Yeah.
Not with me. Not with me.
No, at you.
Do you want me? Sorry. Did you want this open? No. I forgot to close the door.
You didn't want kids YouTube in the background?
No. Thank you.
No, we do.
She laughed though.
Well,
nice to see her. It's nice to see her smile after the 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of being married to me.
Yeah, I agree. This week,
Sorry.
It's okay. This week we have the trailer for Prey, affectionately known as Predator 5, also known as Predator 5. So this is, I didn't know they were doing a new Predator film, but they clearly are. And we are going to take a look at it, Jimmy, my old mucker. So let me just key this up. How do we get to Predator 5, though, Jimmy? Sorry to interrupt you.
Right? No, but you're right. So there's Predator with Arnie, who has got a regional farmer's accent, so he can't dub his own films in Austria.
Come on, do it!
Get to the chopper! In Austria, it's a lovely voice. He goes, get to the chopper. We've got Predator 2 with Danny Glover with a V. Predator 3 must be Predators with Adrian Brody.
Yep.
Predator 4 must be the one that came out, which I didn't watch, which had a terrible reviews. Whereas back in around In Earth, and there was a kid involved, I think, and was Rick Flag in it as well. That must have been Predator 4. This must be Predator 5.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I think so. I lost track. I tapped out at the Adrian Brody one, really, because I didn't particularly like that one.
I liked the Adrian Brody one.
Did you? I wasn't
with Danny Trejo.
Yeah, it felt a bit forgettable.
Yes.
I can't remember what happened, so clearly
it was very forgettable, very silly. But it had Lawrence Fishburne. Do you remember Lawrence Fishburne was in it? And Topher Grace. It was nice to see Topher Grace after playing Venom so badly.
Well, here we are at Predator 5, or it's officially called Prey, Prey. So we're going to take a look at this. Before we go on, I just want to answer Rock in the chat. Rock, we never get offended. It's fine. We love you. Don't you worry about that. No, Jimmy just clearly actually thought you were The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Anyway, right. Let's get this trailer up. And quite frankly, let's react to it. So here we go, Jimmy. This is the trailer for Prey.
Why do you want to hunt?
Because you all think that I can't.
Great, it's women.
I saw a sign in the sky. I'm ready.
Maui, Nita.
Those effects are a bit shoddy.
There's
Good director.
I'm coming with you.
You can't.
I'm trying to protect you.
Protect me from what? It's time.
Come on.
It knows how to hunt. I know how to survive. Whatever did this, I can kill it.
That looked great.
Huh?
That looked great.
Go. Tell me.
You got no? No?
No.
Really? Why not, Jimmy? Oh, I'm surprised by that. Well, I thought it looked pretty damn good. But I'm surprised. Is it not getting cinematic release then? Is it just on Hulu?
Hulu, by the looks of things.
That's weird, isn't it? But no, I liked the look of that. It looked. I didn't like the effects of the bear slithering out. That looked a bit cheap and cheerful. But other than that, I know it felt tense, and it kind of evoked that hunter becoming the hunted feel that I think we get from the first film. Like, yeah, I thought it was quite good. It looked visually quite nice. A nice muted palette. Period piece. Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Oh no, I don't know, Stu. I was a bit thrown, to be honest. I think it's because I know the Predator. Yeah. So if it wasn't anything to do with Predator, and it was about,
It knows how to hunt.
Sorry.
I know how to survive.
Sorry.
it was about that person hunting because she was being hunted by something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd be more for it. But because I've seen what a predator can do, I don't buy that she can beat a predator.
Okay, I get you. So I mean, we've seen it in a modern day setting. So
we've seen it in every setting. We've seen it in Arnie's time, in the 80s. We've seen it again with Glover in the 90s. We've seen it with Adrian Brody in the 2000s. We've seen Alien versus Predator. We've watched predators hunting xenomorphs. Xenomorphs, which fucking destroy people unless they've got Marines with guns, and they still destroy those Marines. We've watched xenomorphs take out an entire colony, and predators beat them.
Yeah,
I believed that Arnie beat it just out of chance when suddenly he realised that if he's covered in mud, it can't see him, and then he set those traps. So I've seen the person who shouldn't really be able to beat the predator beat the predator. In Predator 2 with Danny Glover, he doesn't really beat it. He ends up going up to its ship, and it's a little bit different to Arnie managing to beat it through having this, these immense Marines with him. They're not Marines, but these soldiers with him. And again, in Predators with Adrian Brody and Danny Trejo and Topher Grace, you see how it comes about. I just don't believe that. Maybe she could. I don't know. I was just a bit thrown that a 90-pound woman, any of these people would be able to take on a predator. Any of the people in that trailer, not just a lady, any of those people could take on a predator. They built it up in the first one so much with Arnie and Carl Weathers, you son of a bitch. Like, they're the muscliest men in Hollywood in that film. And yes, muscles aren't everything, but they even pumped up Adrian Brody in Predators.
I just love the fact you're saying this as you're wearing a pumpkin beret.
I know. I thought it was important for this bit. I just didn't get it. As I say, if it was if they would have taken it away from Predator and maybe it was some other mythical monster, I might have gone, ooh. Because I've seen what a Predator can do, I don't believe it.
No, I take on board that viewpoint. That is a very interesting, valid viewpoint. I wonder. Obviously, they had the kind of the 3 lights, and we got a sense of the type of weaponry that the Predator would have. I wonder if there is, clearly it will be an earlier version of that species. I do wonder if there's any differences in the tech that he has. I don't know. Not that probably matters because she's got an axe, little axette there.
She's like you with your stick, beating any animal.
She's going to win then. She's going to win. That's what I think.
Now, I don't. Again, I hope this isn't me being sexist, going, oh, it's a 90-pound woman. If it was a 90-pound man, I'd probably be thinking the same thing because I've watched the strongest action hero we've ever had, Arnie, only just beat it. I think that's my issue.
I don't think it's not a sex thing, is it? I think it's a tech thing, isn't it? It's a civilization type thing. It's how advanced would they be to be able to come up against a predator?
Yeah.
I feel you. I get you.
I'm with you that it looked great, Stu. It looked great. Is this set in the past? Are these cave people?
The Comanches, aren't they? I think they are Native Americans because I think there is going to be. I'm sure I read this week. There's going to be an all Comanche dub for the first time in a film ever. So,
interesting. Yeah,
they're going to do a version for that specific dialect. I think it's interesting. Whoa! I think they could have just done another modern day setting with another mercenary or whatever, with a modern military setting. So I give them props to trying something a bit different. How successful it will be and whether it will make narrative sense, I don't know. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But it's got me piqued. Go on.
Yeah, and now you've said that it is in the past. I'm a bit more open to it because obviously they were more, in the past, obviously they were more used to hunting. It was more of a thing. And, there's even proof that they found footprints of how fast, I can't remember where it was, it might have been in Australia, how fast someone was running. And just to put it into context, Usain Bolt, I think, taps out at like 27 miles per hour. And they found footprints that proved that someone could run at 28 miles per hour. Like old footprints in Australia. So there's certainly something to be said that people of the past, hunters, were probably, arguably, definitely better than you and I with a stick.
Speak for yourself. Is all I'm going to say. But no, interesting.
Yeah,
very, very, very interesting. I like the look of it. And like I say, the director's got some good history. I liked 10 Cloverfield Lane. I thought that was a very good. I could see where these films could be quite similar because 10 Cloverfield Lane was a very claustrophobic setting, wasn't it? And I think that could also be used in this in the scene and the setting of Prey. Very kind of claustrophobic, like hunter being hunted scenario in a jungle or wherever the location may be. I could see where their directing skills could come into play in this type of narrative. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, agreed. It seems to me that they had a script, like when we discussed in the past about Die Hard with a Vengeance not being a Die Hard film. It seems to me that they may have had a script about some sort of mythical beast around this time, and they just stuck the Predator in it.
Stuck it in.
Yeah,
Shove
that'll
it in.
do. Call it
Job-
Prey.
Job's a good one. There we go. That's our reaction to the Prey official trailer. And that was Hot Takes. Right, Jimmy, with that being said, what is next? Is it a Week in Geek?
I think it is.
Is it it's the Week in Geek? Sorry, let me just transition back to the other screen. Is it the
I
Week
thought
in
you were
Geek?
sort of... Yeah, I thought that was weak. I thought you just sort of set me up to go, it is, and you to play the stick.
No, I wasn't. I'm not that smooth, mate. No.
Really? After how many years we've been doing this?
Too many. But yeah, it is time for the Week in Geek. The Week in Geek. Jimmy T. Saint. Shall we start with some news?
Well, yes, Stu. Let's get the Prey trailer down because we're done with that.
Yes.
And let's get straight onto the Week in Geek, or Twig, as they're calling it in the schoolyard, and bring it, Stu. What have we? Stop laughing. I'm trying to feel where you get the fucking stuff up. What have you got for us, Stu, in Twig?
In Twig. Well, first up, a little news tidbit for you.
Tidbit.
Season 3 has only just started on Amazon Prime, but I can confirm, it has been confirmed, that The Boys has been renewed for Season 4. Yeah, so I'm kind of holding back with The Boys Season 3, whatever you want to call it. I love the first two. I'm really excited to go back into that world, and I've heard great things about the first episode. But yeah, Prime Video have announced that it has ordered a fourth season of The Boys just 1 week after the third season of the Emmy-nominated series debuted on the platform.
Flat porn.
Platform. The opening episodes of the new season attracted a sizable worldwide audience over the first 3 days of streaming, apparently up by 17% from season 2,
Wow.
and increasing by 234% from season 1. So that's going like that, isn't it? So yeah, season 4. What do you think you'll get around to season 3, Jimmy? Have you started it? I don't know.
I haven't watched episode 1 of season 3. I loved season 1. Loved season 2. Season 1 blew me away straight away. For anyone who hasn't seen it, a little bit of a spoiler of the first episode. That point when you got Huey holding his girlfriend's hands, and she just gets absolutely taken out, and it's a gore fest.
Yep.
I was in at that point. That brought me. I was like,
sign me up.
Holy crap, I'm in. And then from then on, it's been great. You've got a great cast: Carl Urban, Simon Pegg. Does he come back? He was the dad of Huey.
He was, wasn't he? I assume he does. I can't remember what his narrative journey was in season 2.
And you've got the guy who plays Homelander, who is
exquisite.
wonderful.
Yeah.
He's easily the best thing in it, isn't he? Like, he's so good.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the girl from the Karate Kid movies, the lady from Karate Kid. What's her name? I can't Google it. The girl, the lady from the Karate Kid, who was his love interest.
Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue, Stu. Elizabeth Shue. I was on my Ladies Who Latte on Wednesday.
Oh yes.
And we were talking about Cobra Kai, and I said Elizabeth Shue comes back to Cobra Kai, and she went, yeah, and I went, no, Elizabeth Shue. And all of the girls, the Ladies Who Latte was like, I was like, are you kidding me? Elizabeth Shue, like, she looks better now than she ever did. So yeah, massive fan of The Boys. I will get stuck into it, but I've been trying to catch up with all the stuff we've been watching. But exciting,
mate. Yeah, there's so much. That's what I'm kind of getting at the moment. There's so much stuff to watch.
Yes.
Just everything seems to have come at once. It's crazy, but
The Boys, Better Call Saul, Stranger Things, Obi-Wan, Miss Marvel, and all of the other stuff that Netflix and Amazon produce, and then you've got all of YouTube and Johnny Depp's lawyers and Amber Heard's lawyers going on things, talking about how the trial went. And I mean, I'm not going to go there. I mean, people know my views on where this lies, but there's been so much stuff to watch. It's been ridiculous.
Yes, too much stuff. What's the word? Too much. Oh, I don't know. Too much stuff, not enough time. But
Don't give up. You'll get there.
that's how it goes.
Yeah, there you go.
My next bit of news for you is of the gaming variety. Summer Games Fest 2022 happened. This is a large event organised by Jeff Keighley, who's a video games personality, a journalist, if you will, who has kind of, in the absence of what was called E3, Jimmy. E3 was like this kind of massive corporate event where video game publishers and platform holders would come together and advertise their wares, very much like your artisanal
Artisan fair.
yeah, very much like that. Very much like that.
Fair enough.
But that's been scrapped. That kind of went the way after COVID.
Well, yeah, I would have scrapped the Artisan fair, Stu, to be honest.
Yeah. Obviously,
shit.
it was a public event, but they scrapped all that with COVID. This thing, not really wanting a large collection of human beings in one place at the time, and it's never really recovered from that. So they've kind of there's been like splinter events created that do the same, serve the same purpose to basically advertise the latest and greatest video games that are coming to a variety of platforms. Summer Games Fest happened this week, and I thought I would just go through some of the reveals. Street Fighter 6 is a thing, Jimmy. Do you remember Street Fighter? You must remember.
Do I
Street
remember
Fighter.
Street Fighter?
Of course you do.
Of course. Well, I remember Street Fighter 2.
Yes.
Street Fighter was quite a forgotten thing that really was awful. But Street Fighter 2 was the game that propelled the Street Fighter series into the cosmos.
Mm-hmm. Many a fun evening spent playing that around Voldemort's house. Aliens Dark Descent. I haven't seen what this is. What is this? Is this a shooter set in the Aliens universe? Clearly it is. Oh no, it's a real-time strategy game. I'm not a fan of Aliens, really. I like the films, but I've never really got on with an Alien video game.
You racist. Don't really get on with Aliens. Ugh, what the hell is that?
The Callisto Protocol gets first gameplay. So this is a horror game that's kind of in the style of Dead Space. Do you know of Dead Space, Jimmy?
I've heard of it.
This is it's a survival horror game set in space. But the thing with Dead Space is its hook was you could dismember the aliens, like the zombie type aliens, with this like nail gun type thing that you had. The Callisto Protocol is homage to that series, I believe. It's very much in a similar style, set in space.
Do you want to play the trailer a little bit? Is it horrid? I'm kind of
2023 to console and PC.
That's Jeff.
Next,
well, that's Aliens. That was the.
Be patient, Jimmy. Be patient.
From the creative forces behind the Dead Space franchise.
Oh, there you go.
Today, I am thrilled to get to show you the first raw gameplay alongside
horrible.
its
Get rid of
creator,
him.
Glenn Schofield. But first, here's the
Philip Schofield.
quote-unquote Schofield cut of the
What?
brand new trailer.
The Schofield cut.
A little more gore.
The Holly Willoughby cut. Can you close that? Can you get rid of that?
I don't know if I can.
Can't cross that shit
Oh,
out?
hang on. Let me just do that. That's better.
Yeah, big time.
Do that.
They look incredible now.
Very moody.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon?
I was just thinking of wrestler.
Oh, I wish it was the
Like you would
wrestler.
have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life
Ooh,
is
dear.
entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth.
God, Christ. That looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I'm out. too scary for my blood.
I just love that last part.
Oof. Oh. Oh.
Gives me chills every time.
Was that all necessary? Oh dear.
Do you remember Pitfall?
I do.
That game where you just ran and jumped.
Ran and jumped.
Sorry, that's really throwing me off, Stu. Look at that man, still there going, you gotta check this out. Did you like that? No, I did not like that. Thank you very much.
That did seem a bit much. Let's be perfectly honest.
Jesus.
Yeah, I can see where like the through lines from the clearly they're the same. The team that worked on the original Dead Space, so there is a lot of similarities there. So that's the Callisto Protocol. Modern Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gets a campaign demo, so there's a video of Call of Duty. You can go check that out if you so wish. Marvel's Midnight Suns. No, let's do this. I want to do Marvel's Midnight Suns. I think this could be quite interesting.
Oh, what is this?
So this is. I'm just reading.
Tell me, Stu. Tell me.
I'm just reading what's coming.
I know. I'm feeling again. I'm feeling.
That would be
Tell
awesome.
me, Stu. I can't wait to hear what you say.
And it's coming later this
There he
year
is
to
again.
the
Guy
Epic
again.
Games Store. Now,
Guy
last
just
year,
hoodwinked
Marvel
me
and
into
2K
watching the
announced
most horrible
Marvel's
thing I've ever
Midnight
seen in my
Suns,
fucking
a
life.
tactical RPG from Firaxis Games, the studio behind
Hang on.
XCOM and Civilizations.
RPG.
Okay, so this is a tactical RPG, Jimmy. You look like the man who loves some tactics.
No, I like hack and slash.
Okay, this might not be for you then, but it's Marvel, so it could be good.
From the Avengers and X-Men crossover with supernatural ones like Blade and Ghost Rider for a battle against Lilith, the mother of demons.
Lilith from Frasier.
Yeah, Phoebe
in
Nebworth.
the battle.
Okay, here we go.
This world has no hope under your watch.
I like Ghost Rider. Oh, it wasn't Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I think so. Some Metallica there for you. Venom.
Snogger.
Surrender your pain to me, and I will make you whole once more.
Is that Night Sister from Star Wars?
I think that's Lilith.
Ah, Phoebe Nebworth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mother won't hurt you.
uncanny. Spidey.
Typical Parker luck. I'm gonna need some backup.
Miles.
I mean, not getting a sense of what the game's about. But
None.
It's very flashy, isn't it?
Yeah, but I presume these are all cutscenes.
Yeah. The game will be nothing like this. That's the trouble with video game trailers these days.
Oh, a big cloud in the sky. No, there's BB. Oh, Venom.
He's been possessed to some degree. Oh, it's Hawk.
Hawk.
Ham Hawk.
Hawk. Doctor Strange Defender Skin.
Strange.
Do you know what? Like. Oh.
Oh.
Counting on you again, old friend. 3,
Oh, sorry.
What? That used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
And it's coming later.
Oh,
Go away.
Go away. Yes, sorry.
The premise, well, not the premise and all of that looked great fun. And as I say, if that was a hack and slash, I'd be bang in. Like one of my favorite games ever is Wolverine Origins on the PS.
I remember you saying,
Xbox 360.
Yeah,
it was so good. It was like Batman Arkham Asylum, but a bit lighter, and you could jump a bit more because you're Wolverine. But it was so much fun, and I think sometimes games take the fun out of games, make them a little bit dull.
Speaking of fun games, this looks awesome. This is a right homage to like 90s arcade games. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it's called Shredder's Revenge.
Wow.
One of my favorite reveals last year was TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which reminds us all of the Turtles arcade games back in the day. Well, it's nearing the end of development, and the team wanted to use SGF as a way to reveal one exciting aspect.
I like the way
game
they've got the original cartoon animation.
Until now.
Yeah. World premiere.
Oh. Interesting.
Casey Jones. Oh, look at it. It's fun. It's fun, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's old school, isn't it? Scroll along, beat 'em up. Like Final Fight or the Turtles game that was in the arcade, which was great fun. It's interesting, Stu, because it's true. These games, these scroll along beat 'em ups were so much fun. Can they still be fun after everything we've had?
I don't know. My only complaint is the fact that you've spent what, 500 quid on a console, state of the art tech, and then you're playing what basically is a homage to something from the 1990s.
Agreed.
Saints Row, Boss Factory announced and all that is. But essentially there was a range of announcements, and they're going to keep coming. That's my point. Microsoft have got their own specific event coming up on Sunday, which I'm thinking of live streaming it as and giving my reactions live as I watch.
You must.
So yeah, it's
comments in the comments.
Comments in the comments. Yeah, cool.
Comments in the comments. Shinobi Sun Moon. Arcade games from the 90s are number one to me, though.
That's fair. Do you know, I do have a fondness for them, but
they were great. They were great.
30 years ago.
That is the thing.
I don't know. There is a nostalgic value to them. I would agree with that, but I don't know if. I don't know.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because as we said last week about when they were talking about revamping the Resident Evil game, they're doing Resident Evil 3 or 4. Did you say
4? Yes, 4.
Yeah, I only know this because I watched the show back. Obviously, I was far too hammered to remember that normally. And I mentioned, and I said how if they remade Here Comes the Pain, new graphics but exact same gameplay. What they've done there with that game is, it seems like same game, same graphics, same.
It's mimicking that style, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's going for that nostalgia kick. I just want to say welcome to Shinobi Sun Moon. Thank you for joining us. Pleasure to have you with us. I think,
and I'm with them. Those games are amazing, but
yeah, the big reveal really from the show was that they are remaking the long rumored remake for The Last of Us Part 1. Have you played The Last of Us?
No,
PS3,
I know about
4.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know. I've followed. I've watched people talk about the story, because apparently the story is the big deal with it, right?
It is. I mean, I think that first game is one of my all-time favorite games. I absolutely adore it. It's fantastic, and they're remaking it. I'm not sure how I feel about this, remaking it so soon after the original came out. But here we are. They're going to do it, and it does look nice. Graphically, it's pretty good. So, but we'll just take a quick look at this trailer.
Interesting. So this is the exact same game, Stu?
It is, but there's like graphical enhancements to it, taking advantage of the PS5.
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Oh, it looks so good. It looks great.
How long has it been since the last one? Since the
I've never
original
been this
came out?
close. It's the outside.
Good question.
Oh, is that
Let me.
everything you hoped
I'll look that
for?
up whilst we watch.
Can't be any worse out there. Can it?
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing. Get me
2013.
killed.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had? I get into trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
Yeah, I mean it's a stunning game, and that looks.
So Stu, is it the exact same game?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's the exact same game, just 10 years later.
Yeah, and tarted up a bit.
Cool. Well, I get that because you've got everyone who was 10 years ago who will play it now because they're 20, right? Or anyone who's 14, who was 4. You've got 10 years has passed, 14.
You're right. I mean, it could attract a new audience. There is a TV show, a Last of Us TV show in development, so marketing wise, it's a great idea, I think, because you'll have people play this remake and then can go straight into and get hyped for the TV show that comes. Obviously, then there's the second game that came out on PS4. So yeah, it makes sense. I think it just makes me feel old that they're remaking a game that I remember so fondly and so clearly because it was only 10 years ago.
Yeah. Do you know what, Stu? I get this. This makes more sense than remaking films because it's just a game, and you could make the game better by just making the graphics better. It's like re-releasing a film 10 years later in ultra high definition 4K.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'd like that. It's better when they re-release the Star Wars films, not when they add little McClunky bits, but when they make the quality better. If someone said we're going to take a film from the 80s, they've done that with a lot of them. But any of the films and just made them, just repurposed it to make it look better. Fantastic. I'm going to watch it again. And I wish they'd do this with more games. It's not a reboot. It's not like getting new actors in to play it. As I said, if they did this with Here Comes the Pain, and I keep going back to it.
He's obsessed, man.
Well, whenever they do the best wrestling games of all time, that's always up there, along with the N64 thing we mentioned the other week, which I never played. Was it on the N64?
WrestleMania, No Way Out, those ones. Yeah, the Aki ones. Yeah.
Just fucking remake them, and bring them out on better consoles. People will buy them. I'm down with that. Looks great.
Shout out to Mr. Doolan. Welcome, Colin. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. Shinobi says, I think graphics and games are good in their own right, but as long as the gameplay is good, then we all good, because some games nowadays seem the same and play the same, and movies are just movies to look better, and that's good too. Yeah, I do think it makes more sense. I think you're right, Jimmy. You've won me over with your argument. It does make more sense to remake a video game because you can take advantage of the new technologies and better immerse people, can't you? There's more opportunities to do that than with a film if you're just making the picture a bit clearer or whatever, like a remaster, that type of thing. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, we've got the VR machine, the Oculus, that was, one of the best things that's ever come into my house. My wife's on it every day, pretty much. I'd love to get Contra in the Oculus. Just spraying off shit. But I think they try and invent new games. But actually, I don't think you need to with games. Like just make them better. It's been years since we had some of those games.
Yeah, good point. It's time for some Lego news. I should have a sting for Lego news, but I don't. This week's Lego news. This set looks incredible. This is recently announced the Lego Loop Coaster, $400. That's probably going to equate to 400 quid. We've got 3,756 pieces, so it's a beast of a set. Set number 10303, but it's a working roller coaster, Jimmy.
Wow.
This is pretty. Beg your pardon.
That made me hiccup. It made me hiccup. I didn't think you'd hear it. It's so quiet.
No, I did. This is not the video I want, but there's one that shows it working. Here we go. I think it's this second video. It's See, it goes round. Look at it. Go round. Look at it. There is little crank. There we go. Yeah. Woo. Oh, this is good. I think that looks amazing, that set. It's a bit pricey for my blood, but I would. Oh no, that's the wrong one. But I would love it. Sorry, let me close that down.
I'm with you there, Stuart. It's pretty cool. I'd prefer if it kept doing it by itself. I don't want to have to wind it. I'd rather it. There
is a version that you have to buy the components separately, but you can put the components into it, and the raising of the carriage is automatic. So it will do the loop-de-loops, come to the bottom, and then up it will come again.
They charge you more to get to fucking... So you don't have to... Watch this, hold on. Like going back to it every 30 fucking seconds. But
I'd pay that. I think I'd pay the premium on that. Shinobi, $400 does seem a bit pricey. But I don't know. The set does look amazing. It looks nice, but it's Lego. Lego is pricey and getting pricey as we discussed the other week, unfortunately. So that's my Lego news this week. LegoCon is coming up as well. I just want to mention this. This is something that's coming. I think it's in July. So again, like the video game conferences we have, where
everything's in July. Everything's in July. So it's a big time, isn't it?
It's another artisanal fair, but with Lego. Lego is going to present various videos of the new upcoming sets, so I'm well looking forward to that.
July, man.
I'm deep in my Lego, Jimmy. Deep.
I can tell. And do you know what, Stu? Lego's amazing, and I'm surprised that roller coaster isn't branded. I'm surprised that it's not like Potter. Or Christ, I don't know.
Space Mountain,
Vacation, Space, Disney, something. So it's a bit more branded with. What's your favourite characters? Go round the loop, you know.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I don't know why that is, but let me just get it up again. I feel like I cut it off too soon.
Oh, you bring it back. Well, I thought you were going to talk about the other bits of the LegoCon you were going to talk about.
Oh, no, I mean, that's next month. So all I know so far, they're keeping their cards pretty much to their chest, but I do know there's going to be some Marvel and Star Wars sets announced from that. So I shall keep an eye on it, obviously, and report back with the news as and when it breaks. But
it looks great. It looks great. And we've got some comments in the comments section.
Lovely.
From Shinobi Sun Moon. They have said $400. Come on, what? They said that with this face.
Yep.
And they all said, "Can I ask you guys a question?" Yeah, sure. About what if movie was made?
Would
so
you
talking about Marvel, right?
Yeah. Clarify for Shinobi in chat. Happy to answer any questions you've got.
Yeah, don't want to go down a rabbit hole and answer the wrong question, but
no. Is there a specific film you want us to talk about? But do let us know, and we'll see what we can do for you.
But with your roller coaster there, Stu, I guess you can put whatever Lego characters you want in there.
You could, yeah.
So I could put a me Lego character in there, or a Kylo Ren, whoever I want. And I do like it, but I just want it on a loop. And if you can get that, so it loops. $400 though, that's a lot, isn't it?
It is.
Jesus Christ, Stu, the Home Alone that I bought for my wife, I think was only about 230 quid, which is still a lot. That's expensive, man.
It is. I'm not sure I would pay that, to be honest. Amanda wouldn't let me, to be perfectly honest. Welcome. Holly is in the chat. She's late. Hello, Holly. We answered your question earlier, so you're going to have to go back and watch this again. Give us another view. We also did something else, didn't we? Oh, we mentioned your... Do you know what we did, Holly? We mentioned your... Because Jimmy was banging on about I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. Artisanal fair. He went to some place where people make wares. And I was saying to Jimmy that your upcycling is incredible. You can take an egg box and make a sofa. Exaggeration, obviously. But yeah. And
we want to see that on the show, don't we? We want to see what people have taken... What talents people have, show us on the show, and we'll put them on probably not next week but a week after, a gallery of people's talents. Yes.
Shinobi asks, what if a Cyclops movie was made? What would you guys think of that? Do we mean Cyclops the X-Man, or just a man with a singular eye?
Yeah. I'd much rather watch that, Stu, because I'm sick of superhero movies. If there was a trailer for a Cyclops movie from, Scott Summers, I'd be like, fuck off. If there was a trailer for a film of a kid going to school and then going about his life with one eye in the middle, I'd be like, this looks good. This looks interesting. This looks different. I'm down with that.
Didn't Bernard Bresslaw play the Cyclops in Krull? I'm sure he did.
Oh, Bernard Bresslaw, I think, played the Cyclops in one of the Carry On movies. I've never seen Krull.
There wasn't a Cyclops in Carry On.
Right, Google Bernard Bresslaw Cyclops. I've always wanted to see Krull. Always wanted to see it, and I've never watched it. So Krull, for anyone who doesn't know, isn't it? Bernie, you got one eye. I've always wanted to see Krull. Stu, bring up some pictures of Krull just for the fans out there. Krull is a film from the 80s where on the front cover of the movie, on the VHS, which I miss VHS. I from what I recall, was like a rock creature with two eyes looking out. And it was an 80s movie.
Have you never seen Krull, Jimmy?
No, I've never seen it. Nowhere. Liam Neeson's in it. Bresslaw, there he is. Coltrane.
Bernard Bresslaw, Krull. Let's just...
Chris
Pratt. Look. There he is.
Look at that.
Let me hold on. Let's.
I swear he was a Cyclops in one of the Carry On movies. Maybe he kept the mask.
What Carry On movie would that be?
Carry On Krull. Maybe he kept the mask, Stu. Maybe he kept it.
So carry on at your convenience. Sid.
Oh. Where's that guy with the one eye? I don't know who that was. Was that Kenneth Williams? Might have been.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that looks amazing. But he was a big guy, Bresslaw, though. So
he was.
It makes sense to get him involved.
How do we get onto that? Oh, the Cyclops question.
Yes, I'd love to see Bernard Bresslaw reprise his role as Cyclops.
Got someone at the door. Bear with me.
Shoot, go. What I'd like to see is
Benjamin. Come on, mate. Hello,
I want some
Benj.
more Carry On Lego, Stu. That's what I want.
You all right, mate? You say hello to Jimmy and the nation.
Hello.
Hello, Benj. You're showing off your snazzy new haircut.
When you say snazzy, now it looks good.
Mwah.
I've really done a bowl, but Alex Ace.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Let's just sweep that across there like that. That's better. There you go. Bit of a party.
Yes.
Emma Bench, I'm going to love you and leave you. All right. Night. Night night.
See myself.
Night night.
I'm
High five.
still-
See ya.
I'm still gonna be upstairs.
I know.
I'm getting
All
my
right.
pajamas.
See you later. Bye. Love you.
Don't close the door.
I've got to close the door, haven't I? Benj. The nation's waiting. Benj, please. Benj. Love you. Sorry.
Stu, do you know what? Me and you, we probably bonded quite firmly when we were at secondary school over our love of the Carry On movies, didn't we? That was a big thing for us.
Yeah.
I don't think they've utilised them enough recently.
Carry Ons.
Yeah, Lego Carry On or or virtual reality, like VR Carry Ons. Imagine being in Carry On camping and Barbara Windsor's doing her exercise.
Boing.
Oh, Kenneth Williams is there going,
yeah.
Imagine it. Those Carry On films was what made Britain great.
What have we got in the chat? Oh no. Did I dismiss you too soon? I'm sorry. No, it was
too soon. Not too soon. Completely. Like, Jesus, Jimmy's talking about Carry Ons now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, we love Carry On. A Carry On retrospective is probably due on the channel at some point. Yeah, Shinobi was speaking specifically about the X-Men Cyclops. I don't know. I think that would be a bit bland for me. If we're going X-Men, I want the whole team, personally.
Yeah, 100%. If they said to me, do you want Cyclops movie, Scott Summers, or Cyclops Bernard Bresslaw, I'd go Bresslaw.
Yes, I know which one I'm choosing, Jimmy. Yep, correct. Yep. Shout out to Rock. His entire channel is based on Carry On. The comedy of, yes, I agree. The bawdy comedy stylings of Carry On. That is Rock's forte.
Where's she got for Twig? Are we still on Twig?
We are. Sorry.
No, sweet. Let's keep going. Are we still on? Are we still doing a show?
Yeah, I'm still on the air. We are. I'm gonna go. Enough of the news. I want to talk about what we've been watching this week, Jimmy.
Yes, go for it.
We've got a lot to get through. There's a lot on at the moment. What do you fancy starting with, Miss Marvel or Obi-Wan?
Have you done both?
I've done both. I can talk. Right. I'm ready to talk both.
Let's do Obi-Wan. We'll start with Obi-Wan, and we'll.
Okay.
Let's break these things up, Stu. Let's play this thing. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. We don't have a sting. No, we don't have a sting, do we? No.
We are in the Week in Geek already. There's only so many stings we can have, Jimmy.
Yeah, we're stingless.
We are. Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 4 this week. What happened in Obi-Wan this week? So we finished episode 3 with Obi in a bad place. Obviously, he'd been pulled through the fire by Vader, trying to, give. What's the word I'm looking for?
Act.
Burn. No.
Yes, Darth Vader he was trying to give Obi-Wan recompense for burning him.
That's a good word, recompense. Yes, it's not the word I was going for, but yeah, we'll go with that. Recompense, and kind of like trying to just. I keep going down strange roads. I'm trying to think of words.
I'm still waiting for you to say what happened, Stu. What? So Darth Vader in episode 3, he stuck Obi-Wan in the fire. He moved him about a bit, right? And then the awful actress from Game of Thrones, who was much better in Game of Thrones, she shot some stuff.
Was she in Game of Thrones?
Yeah. She was Mando's wife in Game of Thrones. That shot up the fire.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Fun. We got the showdown between Vader and Obi, didn't we?
Showdown.
Yeah. Hoedown. Yeah.
Not even a hoedown. We got the lowdown.
I liked it. You maybe not so much, but I liked that that confrontation between the two. I don't want to talk about episode 3 too much, but
a quick question though. When she shot the fire and Darth Vader and the stormtroopers went, "Oh,
partridge."
Yeah. How was Obi-Wan suddenly on the ground somewhere else with someone and her over him? Where were
Was he?
Suddenly it cut to them over him going, okay, get Obi-Wan somewhere else. It was really weird. Just like a bit of fire and then Obi-Wan laying down.
I think you're right. And there has been a few weird editing things going on. Like when Obi used the Force to save Leia from falling, he then in the next shot had leapt from the building down to the bottom. It's just like sauntering up to her.
Yeah.
It was very strange. And there's been a few instances of that. So it's not a show that's perfect, but what I love about it, and I do love it, I cherish it, I love it so much. I'm really enjoying the narrative journey of Obi-Wan from broken, as we discussed last week, broken, like PTSD, I don't know, Falklands era Obi-Wan's struggling like Simon Weston. He was burnt as well, wasn't he?
As well, yeah, he burnt. We shouldn't laugh at Burns victims, Stu.
No, we're not. We're laughing at him. No, we're not. No, with him.
We're laughing because with him. He's not laughing. Simon Weston. We're laughing because we both said Burns victim at the same time.
We did. Yeah. Oh God, what was my point?
I have no idea.
Oh no, that's it. I was I'm enjoying the narrative journey of Obi-Wan from like how he's kind of regaining his confidence, his reconnection to the Force. I love the relationship between him and Leia, and that all really continued for me. In episode 4, we got to see Fortress Inquisitorius. I love that name.
I only laugh because John Simmons, Scale Model Maker, came round to my office today and we discussed this. He went, what the fuck has Harry Potter got to do with Obi-Wan Kenobi? And I went, what are you talking about? He went, Fortress Inquisitorius!
That's good. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Jesus, that's shit. But sorry, carry on, Stu.
But no, that was in the video. That's from the Force Awakens. Not the Force Awakens. Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, you get to go to Fortress Inquisitorius.
No, but Stu, what is Inquisitorius?
No, it's Fortress Inquisitorius.
Is Inquisitorius a word? Like it's like let's I'm gonna
should be.
Usually you do the googling because you're Stugling, but I'm gonna Google the word Inquisitorius.
I thought it was Inquisitorial or Inquisitor. I don't know. But anyway, that's the name of the place where they're keeping Leia.
No, it brings up Star Wars Inquisitorius.
It's Inquisitor HQ. That would probably have been a better name actually. Inquisitor HQ. And Obi-Wan does a breakout. He breaks out Leia from Fortress Inquisitorius. The more I say it, the more ridiculous it sounds.
Yeah, because it's not a real word. I've just Googled it, and everything that comes up is just Star Wars. Inquisitorius is not a real word.
Ah, okay.
So,
well, there you go.
So, at what fucking point?
It's Star Wars.
In what point did the Inquisitors sit down and go, now what shall we call our castle? Fortress. Well, we're Inquisitors. Fortress Inquisitorius.
I like it. Let's go with this.
Sorry, Karen Stu. I'm with you.
That's a fair point.
I'm with you. Keep going.
Well, no, I mean, overall, I just wanted to say how much I enjoyed it again. Another episode of Obi-Wan. Yeah. Did I find any points that irritated me?
Keep going. Episode 4. So episode 4, what did we have? We started with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in their back to tanks.
Yeah.
That was nice, right?
Yeah.
And then
I've had nothing. I'm on water.
It was all downhill, right?
I'm on water, Holly.
Then was she moaning about people being drunk?
Yeah.
How much have you had to?
Me, nothing. This is unprofessional me, I'm afraid.
It's true. So it started with them in their back to tanks, and then we had Reva interrogating Princess Leia, little Princess Leia.
Yeah.
And we basically had a what?
No. I was just saying, how do you feel about little Princess Leia?
I'm fine with her as a actress playing her. I think she's good.
Do you feel she embodies the character?
Yes. I
think she
really
does.
like that. Yeah, I really like her playing Leia. It's nice to have that. Yeah, she's great. I love Carrie Fisher. I love it. I love Carrie Fisher so much. I saw her do her interview at one of the Comic Cons. Me, John Scan, Model Maker, and Alex Roth, sometime listener of the show, watched her being interviewed by Warwick Davis. It was amazing. Anything with her on YouTube in any interviews is beautiful. I miss her. It's so sad that we
It
lost
was
her.
very much so.
I think that kid does a great job doing the fuck you mum and dad, you know, that. But in this story, why have I had to see her get abducted twice?
Yeah.
Here's the problem, Stu. I know what you mean, because I think it's lovely as well. I think it's a lovely show, and I completely agree. I think Ewan McGregor is obviously he's great, man. He's a fantastic actor. He's a film star, and seeing him back as Obi-Wan is fantastic. But there's so many little bits that are I just don't think are working well. I thought the woman from Game of Thrones, who plays Mando's wife in Game of Thrones, was so dull. Ice Cube's son. Is
it? Do you know what? I for a moment I thought it was actually Ice Cube himself. That's uncanny. Wow.
Well, he played Ice Cube in the film.
That makes sense, right? Yeah.
But anyway, that point when he goes, "Yeah, I know what you're all about. My wife had force powers, and they hunt. I know what the Empire does, and you know I won't help you because they hunted down my wife and they killed her. But okay, I'll help you." It was really weird. Like it just nothing changed his mind. He changed his mind mid-sentence to not helping Obi-Wan to helping Obi-Wan. It was really weird. It was like, huh? What the fuck? So I'm with you, Stu. I like it. But
It's not perfect though, is it? I would agree that there's kinks and strange moments, and you know, questionable editing or direction or whatever you want to call it. But I do feel like the story they're telling and the way it's acted by some is, I think, over, you know, kind of outweighs the bad stuff for me. To the point where, I really do love it. I appreciate what you are saying. I really do.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I think what we were discussing earlier on our chat, which potentially people like Seddon, me, have maybe got to the point where we overanalyze stuff too much. Did we overanalyze stuff 5 years ago? Or was stuff enjoyable back then? And I think Seddon said it on the group. He was like, yeah, maybe if we went back and watched some of that stuff, we would analyze it to this degree. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, and maybe because the first Star Wars trilogy was, you know, it's considered as one of the best trilogies ever. Empire Strikes Back is considered one of the best films of all time. Are we comparing it to that? It's like what we discussed last week, where, again, we were discussing Obi-Wan, and I said, when I compare it to Ozark, Better Call Saul, Stranger Things, which I've watched over the last couple of weeks, it's just not comparable.
No, that's fair, and I think you do need to look at these things in context of other material, be it a TV show, film, or whatever it is you're watching, and sometimes you can lose sight of that, and become disconnected as to what makes a good show. I don't know. I've long since stopped trying to overanalyze stuff. You know, I had to do that a lot when I was at uni and just got sick of it, and maybe that's kind of where it stems from for me. I just don't want to look at things critically, like with a real sharp critical eye. I just like to absorb them and enjoy them where I can. And I'm not saying that's a better way of doing things or not. I think everyone's got their own, their own ways of analysing TV shows or films or whatever media they're consuming. And for me, I probably do let a lot of stuff go, whereas I probably shouldn't. I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have, but I think that our love of Star Wars does, like the original trilogies and the stuff we grew up with. Do you think that we overanalyze things because we hold the original stuff so dear to our hearts? I don't know.
I certainly think that comes into it. But I also think that because we've watched enough stuff, me, you, any of our friends in our group, Mid, said, Chris, whoever, has watched enough stuff to sort of look at it and go, if you make small changes, it's better. Like when we said about last week, Obi-Wan and Leia in that transporter, and you've got Zach Braff as a mole man alien.
Was that Zach Braff?
Yeah, from Scrubs.
No.
Yeah. Hey, get on board.
You're blowing my mind tonight, Jimmy.
I got all the information.
You do, mate. You got all the gear, no idea.
So you just go, okay, let's not have Zach Braff playing a mole fucking man. Let's just have a droid voiced by fucking who cares? Someone who can just play it straight. And then let's make it, we discussed this last, then let's make it enclosed. So it's a bit more claustrophobic and a bit more scary. And then let's get the stormtroopers all lined up with them. And this, just, if we can see these simple fixes, the thing with Leia, as we said, let's get Leia going through some tunnels because she's small. Or going up a treehouse and they can't climb up things and she cuts shit. Or a droid cuts shit so they can't climb up. Simple things. If we can come up with this shit, why the fuck are these people being paid thousands of dollars to direct? I think I don't want that money. I just think if people are paid,
I do.
So I think if people are paid that much money, they should be able to come up with better ideas than me or you, like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are better ideas. They're undoubtedly. They are. They'll just make it look better. It'll make more sense. I don't understand why things don't make more sense. I don't understand why Leia is getting really close to Obi-Wan when in A New Hope she goes, Obi-Wan, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars and now I need your help. No. You rescued me when I was a kid. And in the people who are making this Obi-Wan show are going out on social media going, yeah, we really care about canon and continuity. And you go, what the fuck are you on about? You've just completely ruined that. You've completely contradicted that moment, because otherwise you should go on that thing and go, Obi-Wan, it's me, Princess Leia. You saved me when I was a child. You also fought with my father in the Clone Wars. Do you remember me? I need your help.
Well, that's always been the way, though, isn't it? That was a problem ever since, he says, oh, I don't remember ever owning a droid.
Yeah, but Stu, that was in the 90s, before social media, before everyone reacted to everything. Now, people should know fucking...
I just think it goes back to overanalyzing things. I think it does. I really do appreciate what you're saying, but I don't. That doesn't bother me. I'm there for the ride. It's a theme park. Martin Scorsese was right. These films are theme park rides, and if you can just distance yourself from that, from the minutiae of whatever it is.
Tattooed on my arms, Stu. I can't distance myself.
I know you're in too deep.
Maybe over there. And shit.
That's the problem. You care too much. I don't know.
They made me care.
I know, but I just find it difficult to really get bothered about this, because I know at the end of the day they'll probably just remake A New Hope anyway, to be honest, and fix all these problems. You know what I do.
No, Stu.
Just go along for the ride, and if you want stunning narratives and whatever, go and watch a Wes Anderson film or something. Don't an art house picture. Don't come to Star Wars and start like picking holes in the minutiae of whatever. I don't know. It just irritates me sometimes.
Shouldn't they stick to canon though, Stu? You go.
They have. I think they have. What? How have they broken it? That's an interpretation, isn't it? That's your interpretation of the canon that they've broken. They specifically haven't broken any canon, I don't think. At all.
Okay, so I would say the only canon thing that seems weird is her knowing who Obi-Wan Kenobi is, and her saying what they have done, which I think is cool, is they've given her a reason to call her son Ben.
Yeah.
In the sequels, because previously there was no reason for her and Han to call their son Ben.
Hmm.
I mean, apart from it's just a name. It's a nice name, like you called your son Ben. But they've given them that. But when she does connect with Obi-Wan Kenobi, she goes, "You fought with my father in the Clone Wars." I mean, yeah, maybe you can go, it's been 10 years, so why would she bring up you saved me when I was a kid? It was more, maybe, Stu.
You've got to think. You can't not think about it in the context of when it was made. These films are made 40, 50 years after the fact, aren't they? There's going to be, if you're going to do what they're doing and filling in the gaps, I think there's inevitably going to be a few kinks and creases in the narrative timeline just by the nature of the beast.
You don't have to have those kinks. You don't have to. It's like all the latest Star Trek. There's a guy called Nitpicking Nerd, and he's like, I think he's Russian, and he goes through all of the latest Star Trek, and he knows Star Trek inside out, and he picks out all the shit, and he comes up with reasons why this thing could have happened, and he goes, but it's not my job to come up with these ideas of why this happened. So why should we have to come up with answers? Just at least let them explain it. That's all I want, Stu, actually. If they want to do these stories, that's fine. But explain why it goes to where it goes. Explain why she goes, help me, Obi-Wan. You fought with my father in the... Just make it link. Just make it link. It's lazy. I think it's lazy, Stu. That's what I think it is. Have your stories, that's fine. But make it link, man.
But I don't think what she says is still true. You can't retrospectively get her to say, "Oh, and you blah blah blah." You saved me from multiple kidnappings.
She just says, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars,
which is fine, which is true.
But they seem to be having a bit of a connection.
But because even if they do, it doesn't take away the fact from what she said was true.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, you've kind of run me.
No. I mean,
I think you've won me round on that.
I don't think there is. I don't know. I don't think there is. Everyone's going to have a viewpoint.
No, I think you've arguably won me round on that. Like we can let that slide. I think I just missed Carrie Fisher, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's an enjoyable show, Stu. Don't get me. I think maybe I have been jaded. I think maybe I have been jaded by the amount of TV and good TV and how we have to overanalyze shit. The reason why I stopped my episodes of Picard was because it was hurting me to just write all the notes.
Yeah.
And breaking it down. And when you break it down, you go, God, that makes no sense. Maybe we should go back and watch another show from the 80s or 90s.
That's an interesting conceit, and kind of see. Yeah.
Because at the moment, Roggy, ultimate friend of the show, is watching Quantum Leap. Maybe we should go back and watch like Quantum Leap or something, and go through it each week and go, Were things better back then, as we have in our head?
Yeah.
Oh God, can the past still make us laugh?
Yeah, we're back to that again, aren't we?
I'm sorry, Stu. I'm sorry. I'm with you. I'm loving Obi-Wan. It's a great show.
No. I don't need to change your opinion. It's an interesting conversation to have about, where we stand with, these projects. Oh, sorry, not these projects, but these kind of like these bits of media that we love and have grown up with, and we almost take ownership of it, don't we?
Yeah.
We really want it to be good, and we take ownership of it. And if it doesn't meet our lofty expectations, then we just shit all over it. And I don't know if that's particularly fair, or I don't know. Just enjoy the stuff you watch, man. Life's fucking hard, Life is hard.
I'm with you.
They're there to entertain us. Just let it take so much energy to be negative about things. Just absorb it and have fun with it if you can. I don't know.
I'm with you because I am enjoying. Do you know? I think maybe I would have enjoyed it more if I would watch it with the wife, because as I said, it was her Star Wars, the prequels, and she did really enjoy 1 and 2, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as fun. And then when I stopped watching it with her and just watched it on my own as a show, I was like, oh God, stuff is wrong. Stuff is wrong, and you could be right, Stu.
I don't feel like we've actually answered anything. I feel like this is a debate that can never be like conclusively won by any side. It's just going to be an ever like evolving war, a war of attrition, like the Galactic War, the Galactic Civil War. But yeah, I don't know. It's but it's interesting, and they're not going to stop making Star Wars. So this is probably something we're going to have to kind of come to terms with at some point.
What do you think of most of the actors in it, Stu? Has anyone impressed you?
Outside of Ewan, okay, that's
and Joel Edgerton as well, because he was good. He was great.
Do you know, with Reva, I kind of go from thinking she's really good in some scenes to really quite poor in other scenes. I haven't really kind of zeroed in on what I think of her as a character and as an actress portraying that character. Leia's great. I think I would agree with your summary of Leia. I don't know. There's no real standouts, is it? They're all kind of just serviceable. They're just there and they're okay. I don't think there's anyone just horrendously bad. They're just they're fine.
Just the Reva thing. I saw something recently which worried and puzzled me.
Yes.
Was that Disney released a statement before any race, because there was that thing about the racist comments towards it, wasn't it? And Disney released a statement before any of that had happened, saying we'd like to welcome what's the actress's name? Moses.
Yes, forgive me, I don't know her second name. Let me look that up.
I remember off the top of my head, but yeah, they put we'd like to welcome Moses Ingram.
Yes, correct, Moses Ingram,
to the Star Wars, family. And if any of you have a problem with that, we resist. Like, they sort of released a statement ready for racism before any comments had been made about it. And then something else, and then she got interviewed about the racist comments, which hadn't happened yet, the potential racist comments. And she was like, yeah, Disney gave me some numbers. I think there was a white interviewer on a carpet saying, have you been prepared for, the backlash of fans? Have you spoke to John Boyega? And you're going, what? Why they? He's not her. Just because they're black, they don't know each other. And she went, yeah, Disney gave me his number. But I haven't reached out to him, because it's all a bit weird. And then suddenly there was like, these comments, and it was all a bit fucking weird. Because of course I'm completely against racism in any way, shape, or form. It's disgusting, disgrace, it's ridiculous. But it was really weird how Disney approached it, like sort of preempting it.
Yeah, that is odd.
When Disney in China shrunk John Boyega's face to a minuscule character because there's a huge amount of racism in China towards black people. It's all so weird. And obviously this is on a different scenario towards the actual show itself. Well, that's a separate issue. One which we can talk about or we shouldn't. You know, it's all a bit fucking weird. The actual show itself, I think it's fine. It's fine.
After all that.
Yeah, sorry, I went down a bit.
No. I'm talking about the whole conversation in general. After all that, it's all right.
Do you know what, Stu? I just want more, man. When you've got Hayden,
I know
that's Hayden back and Ewan back. I want more, man. I want more.
Perhaps we'll get it. We don't know, do we?
I don't need Han from the Fast and Furious movies walking around. I don't need the Grand Inquisitor making a bit of a is a character? Boom, he's dead. Oh, hang on, what? He's gone? Oh, I've just got this woman here who can move quick and can't move quick. Like, give us someone. I'm not scared of anyone. Give me a big... I don't know, Stu.
You're not scared of Vader, man.
Yeah, I do you know what? I just wish it was Vader hunting down Jedi. I would have watched 3 episodes of just Jedis being slaughtered by Vader instead of what we've got, this sort of wishy-washy stuff. But I've enjoyed lots of it. Don't get me wrong, as I say, and I love seeing Ewan McGregor back. But I just think it's a missed opportunity. I think.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting conversation there. Yeah, we'll keep chatting about it as the weeks go on. We've got 2 episodes left. I think it's clear that we all love a bit of Star Wars. Let's just wash up some comments in the chat. Rock says, I've struggled with Obi-Wan, to be honest. Feels like Disney are flogging the donkey too hard. I think that's fair. There is a lot more Star Wars than there used to be. And perhaps some of the shine has just naturally come off it. It's not a special event anymore, is it?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But yeah, interesting comment. Colin says, look at his arms! Just look at his arms! The man cares. He's got to care. He's got this.
I was thinking about that the other day and going, why have I done this? That's what
because you love it, mate. Because you love it and they look cool. That's why.
Stu, that's what these shows have done to me. They've made me go.
Made you question your life choice, your tattoo life choices.
Why have I done this?
Yeah.
No, you can't not love Vader.
No, mate. No. Well, let's move on from Star Wars and let's talk about another Disney Plus show that started this week, Miss Marvel. My only kind of real connection to Miss Marvel is strangely through the Avengers video game. Miss Marvel was the lead character from that game, and I thought that was a really interesting story they told in that game of this young girl from New Jersey. Kind of is she is a Avengers super fan. She's just a nerd at heart, like us, really. And yeah, she kind of gains these powers and has to deal with them. It's that classic Marvel tale of a in the Spider-Man mold of a teenager gaining these powers and trying to traverse through life with said powers. And the TV series seems to mimic that tale quite well. And certainly in the first episode, it's I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice, bright, breezy. It did some interesting. It had very much a Spider-Man Homecoming vibe to me, and a lot of the stuff they were doing. Seems to be aimed at a younger audience. It's there's a lot going on stylistically with like drawings and animations, and it's quite interesting what they're doing. It's very feels very young and vibrant, I think. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's an origin story of sorts. We see Kamala Khan. Who's she played by? Forgive me. Is it Iman? Iman Vellani? I think so. Yes, Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. a 16-year-old Pakistani American high school student from Jersey City. She's struggling. She's kind of got very overbearing parents, who don't let her kind of restrict her life to some degree. They're very protective about her. Kamala wants to go to this Avenger Con, which I thought was an interesting idea. They're holding this convention to celebrate the Avengers, the in-universe Avengers, and she's desperate to go because she's a fan of Captain Marvel. So she kind of plots a means to get to the event with her friend Bruno. And they go there. She kind of finds an amulet that's, I think, it's been inherited. I think I kind of missed that narrative
by her nan.
Right. So she's got, and this is where where the origin story differs from the comics, I understand. So in this show, she has an amulet that gives her some kind of cosmic power where she like projects. In the comics, she can stretch, she can, what's the word? Transmorph or whatever it is. I forget what the term is, but she can stretch her limbs. She's like Mr. Fantastic. She's like all rubbery.
Yeah.
She can do all that. But in this show, it seems to be the power comes from the bracelet that she finds in her attic, and like these energy beams like can shape in the form of her hands, and she can do it that way. So there is a bit of a difference in the power, but I'm okay with that. I'm not beholden to the original concept of the character. I'm quite happy for them to change that. That's fine. Works well. I think it works in the context of the MCU. I think maybe tying it to the Cosmic Cube or one of the Infinity Stones, I guess. I don't know where they're going to go with that, but it's a good show. I liked it. Sorry, I've rambled for far too long there, Jimmy.
No, you haven't.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Listening to your thoughts there, Stu. I was enjoying it, to be honest.
Oh, you want me to continue? Oh, I shall continue. I'll continue. So it was okay. It didn't. I don't know. It was okay. It's kind of all I've got to say about it. I want to watch it. I want to see more. I think that my biggest takeaway is I really enjoyed just how it was presented to me. A lot of the writing was bright and breezy and fun and just energetic and very typical kind of witty Marvel style. I don't know. My only real concern with it is, whether I'm best placed to say it, I don't know. But do we think it's too predictable? Was it too predictable, that first episode? The tale of the young girl, with her family that can't let her go, and she then disappoints her parents, and I don't know. Is it too by the numbers? Is it too stereotypical? Is that a stereotypical representation of Pakistani Americans? I don't know.
Well, you would know.
Oh, that's why I don't really like to bring it up. But do you know what I mean? I don't know. It feels similar to a lot of other stories I've seen presented, around similar cultures. I'm thinking of the strangely enough, oh god, what was that on the night? Oh, I forget what the show was that I watched a few weeks back. About the guy who gets falsely accused of killing a young lady, but he was from a Pakistani American family.
Oh, that show you watch with Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, Riz Ahmed, and it very similar traits, and I just I don't know. I just thought, well, is this what life is like for Pakistani Americans? I don't know. It's nice to see it on the screen, but is it a true representation of their culture? That's kind of just a thought that came into my head. I don't know. But aside from that, I enjoyed it. It's okay. So far, so good.
I agree. I think mostly with you, Stu. I watched it. I thought she was great. The girl who played Kamala Khan was great. And also at the end of the episode, it flicked through to like the sort of the making of, and she talked about how much of a fan she was, which is lovely to see, because so many of even though so many of the actors who have played the characters in the MCU I really like. A lot of them have no idea about the comics or what's happened. But she genuinely seemed like an actual fan of Ms. Marvel and Kamala Khan. She seemed like an actual fan, which is great. You know, it kills me when they interviewed Picard and 7 of 9 recently, you know, before Picard season 1, and they can't remember the episodes they were in. And Picard has never seen Voyager, which 7 of 9 was in, you know. Patrick Stewart, and I get it, man. Like, it's fine if he's not a fan, but when they ask him in an interview and it doesn't get, you go, "Oh, come on, give me that." I've invested. Fucking invest, man. You old cunt.
You doing to me?
No.
I know. I know.
I'd never call you that. I'd never call you old. Whereas she was clearly a massive fan. Like, it was obvious from what she was saying, she was a fan. It wasn't a fake fan when people go in interviews and they go, "Yeah, I've read every comic."
Yeah.
You go, "No, you fucking haven't." She was clearly a fan, so I loved that. I thought she was great. I thought her friend Bruno was great. I thought her brother was great. Her parents are very good. I loved the when we were chatting about it on our chat earlier, Midian mentioned about how texts to each other are played out, and the texts are
I missed the
graphics of the show, right? You know, it's like in the writing on the street or whatever. You know, it's an interesting way of doing it. You know, I mean, I think Hollyoaks started all that when they had the text coming up on screen. So it was nice just to see it. I mean, you know, fucking why not? It's fucking obvious. Do something interesting with it. And I liked it. I liked the cartooniness in the background, the stop motion stuff. It reminded me of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think there was a lot of things to like. I think it was more exciting and interesting than the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And
yes,
what was the other one we had? Loki. It was still
Hawkeye.
Even. It was nice and fun and popping. I think my main issue with it, which is probably on me, was I saw a 5-star review for it in The Guardian, and it said, "First Muslim character, blah blah blah," you know, and I was like, 5 stars, huh? 5 stars. Because it's a Muslim character, and that automatically gave me a look at it going, I think you're fucking virtue signaling by saying 5 stars for this first Muslim character. And I watched it and I'd give it 3.5 stars. It was enjoyable. But I think that review I read and saw annoyed the fuck out of me. Just the fact the people at The Guardian were going, "Yeah, 5 stars. Finally, a Muslim superhero." And I was annoyed by that, because I don't care if it's a Muslim superhero. It doesn't matter. But you look at Disney, who have been notoriously racist. No joke. John Boyega made Tiny on the Star Wars posters.
Yep.
Black Panther, when they released, again, it was in China. When they released Black Panther in China, they put a mask on, T'Challa. They put a mask on him. And they're pushing the narrative. That shit annoys me. So I think I went into it with a bad heart, which is sad. It's
such a sad statement. I went into it with a bad heart.
Yeah, I know it is sad, but I think
your view is tainted by your absorption of the media surrounding it, I guess.
Yeah, you know how Seddon can't watch WWE anymore because of how badly they treat people. My issues with Disney, that comes into it now with how ludicrous and how money grabbing it's all about. And when I see a 5-star review of this show and I watch it and I go, it's nowhere near 5-star, it makes me go, and it shouldn't. I should just rate it on what I saw. But it's difficult. Do you know what I mean, Stu? I apologise if I'm sort of rambling. I think the world is fucked. You know, that's why the 80s was so much better. When you could just watch a film that did whatever and you go, this is ace.
Yeah.
And now there's so much politics and crap and reviews and everything that gets poured into your head. I think I enjoyed it. I think it was a nice show. I think it took ages for her to get her powers, which annoyed me a bit. I was like, come on, fucking get on with it. I've watched so many superheroes get their powers. Like, get your powers, come on.
Crack on.
I don't need to watch you try on dresses and your mum to go, oh, it's too short or whatever. And you know, again, I could go, yeah, I get it, because it's good for representation. Girls in that scenario may have had that experience, so I could go, yeah, okay, that's cool, I get it. But I just want them to fucking get on, and I've probably been overexposed. So maybe it's my fault. No, it's not my fault. I've been overexposed. I've been overexposed by Disney, so don't expect me to grab on to a new young superhero and, you know, Jesus Christ, just shove it all in my face. I don't know, Stu. I don't know.
I love it. I love it. Someone clip that. Shove it all in my face. No, it's good. I want to watch more. I think you raised some interesting points there about, you know, factors outside of the show itself affecting your opinions.
Yeah, and I think that, yes, that's it.
And I think there's a lot in that. We're just bombarded with opinion, and you know, it just weighs you down. It really does. I find that a lot. Whereas in the 80s or 90s, as you say, it was just a lot easier to just absorb something, have fun with it, and just say, yeah, it was good. Tell your mate, yeah, it was really good. Go watch it. Word of mouth, it was back there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
And I apologise for that rant, but I think that's it. The outside factors affecting me enjoying the show.
Well, I hope you do learn to kind of let go of that and can start to enjoy it as the season continues. We'll obviously continue to chat about it each week. I don't know. I'm not tapping out quite yet. It's been okay. Right, that was the Week in Geek. Look at the time. Shall we crack on with Will It Stick?
Go for it.
Let's do it. This is Will It Stick? This is our segment where it's a continual, never-ending search to find something that entertains us and sticks for the end of the show segment. It's become a segment in itself, so it's meta-textual on that score. So it's great. But this week, Jimmy, I come to you with a Lego-based quiz. A quiz.
I love a quiz.
Yeah, but we're going to work through it together, so it's not competitive in nature.
Oh no, I don't like competition.
Good. Although I've just realised I've pasted the wrong link into the damn.
Do not worry about it, Stu, because we've had a question in the comments.
Have we?
Colin Doolan has asked, "What age is Miss Marvel aimed at?" Good question. You know, just going back to our previous comment.
What would you say?
I'd say like.
I mean, she's 16.
Pedophiles at the age of.
Oh God.
No, I'm joking. Tough one, to be honest, because as I said, I had parts of Into the Spider-Verse, like reminiscent to me, and I loved that. So I don't know really. Like I think youngsters, but anyone who loves Marvel can enjoy it, can't they?
I think so. But I think a lot of teens, like early teens, could certainly empathise with the character.
Yeah.
So I think there is that. but I wouldn't say you would be precluded from enjoying it being an older white gentleman like ourselves.
How dare you? He's nothing like that, Stu.
So,
no, I'm joking. He's exactly like that. Do you know what I said when I watched it? I watched about 20 minutes of it and nothing had happened really. And I said to my wife, whatever happened to Buffy the Vampire Slayer? And I know the creator turned out to be an awful man, but just that first episode of Buffy, I think she walks into the library within the first 5 minutes, and Giles goes, "You are the Slayer." And it gets going.
Yeah,
I was a bit like, "Come on, give me stuff." Sorry, we're going back to Miss Marvel, but I just wanted it to crack on. Sorry, where are we, Stu?
Can you name these movies from their Lego scenes? That's the quiz. Here we go. So let's play, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 18 of these. Shout out in the chat as well if you have an answer. This one's pretty easy for me. I've got my answer. I'll just give it a few seconds for the chat to catch up. What movie do you think this Lego scene is from? What do we think?
I know what it is.
What are we thinking?
I know what it is. I'm gonna let you do it, Stu. Okay. Because I know exactly what it is.
Oh, it's multiple choice. Is it The Shining, The Lost Boys, or A Nightmare on Elm Street? Well, I think we all know it's...
We know it is.
The Shining. Beautiful. The answer is The Shining. Up next.
The girls in there look like Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, God. Shoot. These are beautiful little Lego
Aren't they good?
Aren't they? Yeah, really nice. I mean, it's not an obvious answer.
Yeah, but I like the artistry at play here.
Look at the shine they've got on him.
Poltergeist, Child's Play, or The Exorcist. Well, it's got to be The Exorcist. Look at his face. He's worried.
How have they got to stay in the air? That's beautiful.
You know what she did? Your cunting daughter. Blah blah blah.
I've never watched The Exorcist, Stu.
What?
Yeah, I know. I should, shouldn't I? I know what this is.
I'm thinking Godfather, Beverly Hills Cop, or Goodfellas.
Beverly Hills Cop. There's not one black Lego character in there. What the fuck?
Up next. Nice. Very nice. Those boxing gloves are a bit weird. Although I've never seen a Lego boxing glove, so I guess they've had to make do, haven't they?
Yeah, they've pumped them up. Have you seen Raging Bull, Stu? I presume you had because you went to school, yeah?
Yeah, loved it. I haven't seen it for a long time, though, but yeah, love Raging Bull.
That's the problem, isn't it, Stu?
What?
Oh, what? No, that was Raging Bull. That was Raging Bull. It was in black and white.
We've been swizzled.
The lying bastards. There's no scene in Rocky that's in black and white.
It doesn't even look like it.
Look, they tried to trick us with. No way, Stu. You got that right, man. That is Raging Bull. It's in black and white. What's this? That's Clint Eastwood in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, I would say.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
That said, there could be other.
Yeah, is it though? That's the question.
It's not Midnight Cowboy. I know that because that's about the home. That's about the prostitutes, isn't it? With Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah,
and Paul Newman.
That's a good film. That's a good film too.
I've never seen it.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Isn't I think John Voight's in that actually? Yeah.
In what?
John Midnight Cowboy.
Again, yes, he is. A film I haven't seen. And again, it's those films when you go, when am I going to watch it? Like, you got so much coming out. You got so much content, and you've got a kid or kids and a wife and a friend and a job. And you go, when the fuck am I going to watch Midnight Cowboy? When am I going to stay up till 4 a.m. like Seven used to and watch Midnight fucking Cowboy? Exhausting.
I'm struggling with this.
At the moment, I'm thinking it's Han Solo movie, but I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong.
Let's go with the Gone with the Wind, The Graduate, or The Hustler.
Ooh.
Gone with the Wind?
Why has he got a scar on his face? Frankly, Stu, I don't give a damn. Is my Gone with the Wind quote there? It's not.
It was.
Oh, you nailed it. Nice. Rhett Butler. Nice.
Yeah. But didn't he have a moustache? And
Scarlet.
Yeah.
You're right, Stu. They didn't give him a tash, the bastards.
Yep. Wow, nice.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, Blade Runner. James Bond. There we go. I like that. That's cool.
That's
iconic.
Great. This is great, Stu, because this.
It's good, isn't it? It's all right.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Silence of the Lambs. I'm going.
Yeah, but why have they given him hair?
They've got to work within the means, you know. I can't imagine there's like a slicked back, balding Lego piece.
Don't give him any hair.
Oh,
he certainly hasn't got side parting. Look how worried the guy behind him looks. If they can make the guy behind him look worried, they can give him better hair.
And where's his mask as well? You know, his famous, like, again, you'd need the Lego piece, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate that.
I'll tell you what I love. I love the film. Is it Red Dragon, the sequel? When Red Dragon's the prequel.
The remake of the prequel.
Yeah, Hannibal is the sequel, and he's working in a museum. Love that film. Went to see that with a girl, not on a date, just for fun, and scared her the whole way home. She was terrible.
Butch Cassidy, surely.
I'd go with that. I've never seen the film, but looking at the sepia tone, I'd go Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Yeah. Ah, that's awesome. Lego Indie Raiders. Yeah. Interesting question, right? Have you introduced your kids to Indiana Jones yet? No.
No.
When do you think that is a suit? Because I'm trying to think when's a suitable time to watch those.
Well, I'll tell you
because they're quite.
Let me give you a real life example.
Please do.
I saw Last Crusade at the cinema when I lived in Arshington.
Yes.
So I would have been 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And at the end, when he melts, I scream. I was terrified. I remember screaming, and my mum holding me, and me screaming at that.
He chose poorly.
So if I can give you a real world example of someone terrified, it's Chris Nolan. It. If I can give you a real world example of that, I was 8, terrifying. So I would say
hold fire.
10. I'd say 10.
Yeah, because there are moments in there, aren't they? I mean, a lot, you know, usually at the end with people's faces melting, strangely, or aging terribly.
Oh, scared the hell out of me.
Inception.
Ipswich. That's where he's watching it, Partridge, isn't it? Inception. Ipswich. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you know it? Ah, of course. Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, because he's got the radio there.
Yeah.
And the Castelline. Yes, I was going to say American Psycho, but you're right.
I originally thought American Psycho. Yep.
But yeah, because...
Well, I'm assuming it's... Oh, for a moment, I thought it was an option.
But shoot. In Reservoir Dogs, he didn't have a big knife. He had a cutthroat razor.
Yeah.
So, you know, American Beauty.
Nice.
Look at those tits. Lego tits. I mean, we're doing this very blasé. Like, is everyone else just nailing this like we're nailing it?
I think so. There seems to be a massive delay in the chat. Roggy's just mentioning about the Inquisitors.
Jesus Christ. Oh no, but Raging Bull was before Colin Doolan, before Roggy. So I guess I think Roggy's just watching it late.
Perhaps this is on delay.
Tron or
2001?
Could be 2001. Yeah. What are our options?
Starship Troopers, Independence Day, 2001.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it. You nailed it. I've never watched 2001 all the way through.
No, it's a bit of a slog, isn't it?
Yeah, I've tried when I was like 15, 16. What's this? Oh, Lebowski. Big Lebowski. Now,
of course it is. The Big Lebowski. Of course.
Wayne's World.
Oh, yes. Get in. Straight away. Wayne's World. Yeah. That's a good gaff.
That's the only reason I got it. The Wayne is crap.
Yeah. But, you know, without the Wayne's World cap, that is Wayne, isn't it? Just a black T-shirt, black, you know, it's just him. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Right.
What an iconic scene.
Okay, the penultimate one. Oh, what is that?
Oof.
Is that Taxi Driver?
I'd be surprised, because Clarence at that point probably has his mohawk. Clarence Bickle.
Got a gun. What are our options? We've got...
I think Scarface. No, it's Django. It's Looper.
Yeah, I think we are right. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
So we've got 100.
Well, finally, we've got one more. Bonus question. It's not from a movie, but can you guess the TV show?
I'd say I'd go with like an I Love Lucy sketch.
Oh. Nailed it. Jimmy nailed it. And we did get 100% because that other one was Raging Bull, not fucking Rocky. Yeah, that was all right. That's fun. That's all right. That's all right.
Well, I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Shoot, it's only 7 minutes past 9. Can we stick a Can the Past Still Make Us Laugh in?
Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
Because we got through that a lot quicker than I thought we would.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be harder.
Well, it's time for Can the Past Make Us Laugh? Oh, we've gone rogue. And it's good. Yeah, we should do this because it is a classic. Classic comedian. Jimmy, what are you bringing to us this week?
Well, we've done a lot, haven't we? We've looked at lots of different things across the BBC vaults, and I'm sticking with the BBC, and I've gone for a bit of Tommy Cooper. Haven't watched this all the way through. It's a long one, but I remember Tommy Cooper used to make me laugh a lot. One of the funniest stories I heard about Tommy Cooper was when he was actually in the army. He wasn't a comedian. He was in the army, and Jesus, you know, obviously in the wars they made him do, you know, it was exhausting. They did so much stuff. And one time he was sat there against a wall and just exhausted, and he was falling asleep, and he just went, ugh. He just fell asleep, and the captain or sergeant, major or whatever walked past him and went, "Cooper," and he went, "Amen."
Brilliant.
I mean, if that's not Tommy Cooper, like, fucking what is? Amen. That's amazing.
I love Tommy Cooper. I love his whole shtick about being a magician, but fucking everything going wrong, but going oh so right. A lot of the time. Sometimes he would just pull it out like, oh yeah, the trick actually went well. And, you know, he does good magic without you thinking he's a good magician. It's very weird what he does, but it's very clever.
Well, that was one of the things that people used to say about Cooper. Like, to do magic bad, you've got to be able to do it really well. It's like if people play the piano bad or sing bad. You've got to be able to do it well before you can do it badly. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I haven't watched this all the way through. It came up, I was like, shit, we haven't thought about Tommy Cooper. Let's
do it. Why did he wear a fez? Do we know?
Racism.
Let's get rid of that ad.
I mean, I'm enjoying this. Great.
There he is.
Thank you. Good evening. Have we got time for more? I shall now produce from this empty cloth 4 live ducks. Oh! I got away again. Look, see that? This one does the same. Look. Here's a little trick I'd like to show you now. It's a very famous egg and bag trick. Here's the egg, here's the bag. My teeth itch. I went to the dentist, he said my teeth are all right, but my gum's going to come out. And I said... He looked at me, and I said, I've got a terrible pain just up there. See? And... up there it was. So he said, I'll tell you what I do. I said, what's that? Because he spoke to me. And I said, I got a pain up there. He said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll x-ray it. So you get these little tiny x-rays like that, a little small one like that. And you put it up there like that, you hold it there like that. And I'm sitting there like that. And they bring this x-ray machine in, see? And it, like there. And they went, just like that. And he took it out and he looked at it and he said, no wonder it hurts. You've got a finger poked up there. Egg, bag, bag, egg. Dude, as I was waiting to go in and see him, the same dentist, and I was sitting reading the magazines. Wasn't it awful about that Titanic? Let us say we're vanished in front of your very eyes. And you... Oh, my feet are killing me. They are, every night when I'm lying in bed, they get me round the throat like that, trying to straighten. Now, I want you to watch me very, very closely. And if you see any suspicious moves, don't say it. This egg will vanish in front of your very eyes and you won't have the slightest clue where it's gone. And yet, on the other hand, I've got 4 fingers and a thumb. Oh, dear. Look, managed in front of your right. You have the slightest clue where it's gone, haven't you? Hey, where? Under my arm? No. Another one? No, look at that. Look at that. This one? No, look at that. Hi, how's that? And you put your hand inside the bag, and you bring the egg out with thunderous applause. It's not my night, is it? I've always been unlucky. I had a rocket horse once, and it died. I've got a cigarette lighter that won't go out. I've got a cigarette lighter that won't go out. So, look at that, I'm leaking. So...
What's the sound?
Oh, shit, I don't know. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, it's gone. That's gone.
Ah, but no, we got... Where was the egg?
Where was the egg, Shoo?
Oh, I don't think we'll ever know.
Oh, God. Oh, sure. I'm so sorry. It's because I didn't watch... Because I got excited about the idea of watching Tommy Cooper.
I know.
I didn't watch it at the end.
Classic TC there. Yeah. Again, fake buffoonery. I think he did that so well, didn't he? He really did. that sense of just making himself look ridiculous, but very clever at the same time. It was one of a kind, wasn't he? One of a kind, not to be repeated.
I'm with you. That's it. Yeah, completely. One of a kind. Where there's no more of that. Like, there's loads of stand-ups who are great. Of course, but that act, it's an act, isn't it? That novelty act of the magic, and just doing the jokes in between and going back to the magic, and
incredibly charming and endearing as well. I find him. Just looking at him, you just want to. He looks like a dad, doesn't he? You just want to just give him a big hug, big cuddle. Tommy Cooper, absolutely love him, and tragically died on stage.
Yeah, have you ever watched that?
No.
Maybe we'll bring it up next week. And the past will make us laugh. Tommy Cooper dying on stage at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, but what way to go? If you're going to go that way, or in your sleep, painlessly in your sleep.
I said that I was with my dad the other week, and he snores like mad, like same as me, terrible snorer. And my mum says sometimes he stops breathing, and as he's snoring, she nudges him, and he goes and carries on. And I said that to Dad. I went, maybe you want to get that checked out. Apparently you stop breathing when you sleep. He goes, I can't think of a better way to go.
Yeah.
I'm like,
fair
go
play.
on, enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
but
knock yourself out.
Tommy Cooper died on stage. I've watched it. It's it's insane. He grabs hold of the curtains. My mum and dad were watching it live.
Really?
I think it was the Royal Variety Show. He just he's in the middle of an act in a bit, and he just grabs the curtains and starts to fall, and people sort of laugh because
of the act he did. Exactly. Yeah.
And unfortunately, he died at, I don't know, probably late 50s. He wasn't that old at all. But I agree with you, Stu. Wonderful, like one off. There's no one else like that, is there? You get other magicians, you get comedians, but that.
Doolin asks a good question. Well, who are the best current stand-ups? I'm not much of an aficionado for stand-up currently. I don't know. I've kind of fallen out of the, lost track of what I consider a good stand-up. I don't know. It feels like a lost art these days.
Yeah,
certainly doesn't seem to be as many good stand-ups around. That might be unfair, to be fair, but no, I don't know. It feels like the quality has diminished somewhat, but
I agree. There's some older stand-ups which I think are great, like Bill Burr. Like a lot of Americans, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Tom Segura, Anthony Jeselnik. Americans who are still, they've been doing it for a while, but in terms of young stand-ups, I think James Acaster is incredible. But when I say young, I think he's about 36. He's not young. He looks young, but he's got a on Netflix. He's got a 4-parter where he does 4 hours, and they're all connected. And I think James Acaster is brilliant, or Bo Berman, an American stand-up, and I think he's really good. I think a lot of English stand-ups just haven't got to where other stand-ups have been, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get. It's a craft you've got to hone, isn't it? Stand-up.
Have you tried? Have you done it at all?
No, I wouldn't dream of doing it. I've done sketch comedy, and I've written stuff for my cousin me and my cousin wrote stuff, and he performed it as characters. But getting up and doing stand-up, terrifying. I wouldn't. I would if someone gave me a load of good material.
Yeah, if you had the confidence in the material that you was presenting, I guess.
And not gags. I mean, I watched this week, Bill Burr on Netflix has got a new stand-up special, and he has a lot of different stand-ups on. He has Jimmy Carr on. He has David Ross. No, not David Ross. The Roast Master. Jeff Ross. He has different stand-ups, and it's not that good. all these stand-ups doing bits. I think it's better when you have one stand-up doing their whole bit, and you can. And I watched Ricky Gervais's latest stand-up, and again, it's on Netflix. It's okay. He's just a funny guy, Gervais. A lot of it is old hat. It's hard. It's hard, man. And I think someone like Bill Burr, I think, who's been doing good comedy for years, or Bo Berman, who's doing this new type of comedy of music, and he's got a good few specials on Netflix, is incredible. And I think James Acaster, again, something new, something different, something a little bit out there. Because
Interesting.
Stand-up was mastered years ago by people like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, and you know, it was mastered, the natural stand-up. So now you need to do something different, and Bill Burr and James Acaster do something different.
That's interesting.
Bo Berman.
Yeah. Thanks, Colin, for that question. That was a nice aside. And finally, Jimmy, for
I can't believe we're there.
We're there. We've made it. I make no apologies because I've gone again with a Lego themed and finally. I didn't consciously do this. I know I'm the Lego man, but it was just a funny story.
Don't apologise, Stu. The show has gone so quick. I imagine people are looking at watches going, "Are you kidding me? The show's nearly done already."
It's been
and
glorious.
We love the Lego. Keep giving us Lego.
So somebody, but people have too much time on their hands, and somebody has kind of fashioned a realistic looking Lego man. So they've taken the concept of the minifigure and they've depicted what he would actually look like if he was a real life human.
Wow.
And the results are terrifying.
How have they done this? With clay?
I think it's some kind of CG, some design package. I don't know, but we'll get into the story. Yeah, but oh dear, north of the. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to tease too much.
Don't tease me.
North of the border. I'm guessing that's a website. I don't know. They decided that what the world needs is a realistically rendered Lego man, replete with wrinkles and other signifiers of human frailty and decay. It's fucking terrible. So let's watch this.
Hey folks, my name is Adam and I like to make tiny nerdy things. And sometimes when I'm stressed out, I like to relax with a little Lego.
Here we go.
Sometimes when I'm stressed out, I get my box cutter out.
Of course, I don't want to tread on the Lego group's toes, so I'm going to make mine a little bigger than usual.
Press it is like clay.
I'm
It is
clay.
clay.
Out of aluminium foil, then cover it in a thin layer of clay. Then I'll bake that till I've got a rock solid center.
I mean, this is 12 minutes. I'm not sure we can watch it all. I just want to say, you know, the one place he could take this once he's made it.
SexCon.
An artisanal fair.
An artisan fair.
Artisanals,
Stu. Yes. Is that what it's called, artisan? Am I getting it wrong by saying artisan?
Then I can mount to my block and get to work on building up the fleshy bits.
I love videos
Lego
like
Man
this.
Anatomy leans towards a pretty bulky, stocky build, but I want this to be as accurate as possible to a normal Lego Man minifig.
Get it
Really,
done.
I want you to look at this when it's finished and think, oh, Adam's just playing with everyday, run-of-the-mill Legos. How totally normal. He must be a very sane and very reasonable person. To that end, I'm going to make sure his legs are roughly as thick as his body and roughly the same length.
Beautiful.
Then I'll smooth everything out and start adding the totally normal details like kneecaps and ankles.
It's quite incredible when they actually put in the detail, isn't it? Like, you just go, oh, just whatever.
Of course, in keeping with that stocky leg anatomy, I want to make sure that I smooth these in so they're just barely noticeable.
Who cares?
Again, I don't want this to look weird. I'm just trying to make it a
I
slightly
don't want it to
larger
look
version
weird.
of a Lego man, but with a little more detail that's usually obscured on the smaller figures. For instance, most
I feel like we
Lego
need to
men are wearing
move
a
certainly
onesie
to
that
the
covers their
point
feet,
where he
but if you
starts
catch
on
them
the
without their
face.
leggings, you'll find that they have a
Stu.
single large
We
toe.
can't watch 12 minutes.
Obviously, with that much toe in the game, you're going to have an awful lot of toe wrinkle around the area as well. Which get fitted into his face, then I can get to work on bulking out the facial details. As I mentioned before, a lot of the detail gets lost at the usual scale with Legos, which is why I wanted to make this guy a little bit bigger. It's also why you can't really see any of the wrinkles and skin textures at that scale.
Well, it's
so
evil
I'm gonna really
already.
spend some extra time highlighting
So
them here.
usually, I guess so the yellow head is a square sort of head,
Mm-hmm.
and he's adding the
Bulbous eyes.
Yeah, just the idea of how it would look. Oh, he bites his nails. He shouldn't. It's got nipples.
With the face finished, I baked everything to lock it in place so I can get to work adding his arms. Now, the arms themselves are pretty uninteresting. as
Skip
they're just
forward
clay
to more
sausages that
face work.
That's great.
Oh,
What's
my
left to do
apologies.
is add the little connector on top of his head, and
Where'd
the
you find
sculpting
I
is
made a
all but
realistic
finished,
Lego
which means
man?
it's time to move on to the
And I'm
painting,
sorry.
which means it's time to prime him white.
And what does realistic mean? Oh, John Simmons scale model maker would be
Now,
banging.
sticking
to
with
paint
that true
this.
to the original design that I'm going for.
Oh, but he's
I
going
want
for
to add
flesh
The jaundiced
colour.
yellow skin tone so often associated with minifigs. However, I still want it to have a nice fleshy look, so I'm going to start by covering it with a
Brilliant, he's got
thicker skin tone
nails
as
as
a base
well,
coat.
and a butt.
I'll follow that up by applying a healthy coat of very thin yellow over top, then sponging it away. This will help to remove the brush strokes, prevents
That's
the yellow
lovely.
from building up in the flat surfaces, but allows it to run into the cracks and crevices.
He's
Plus,
a very
it's kinda
similar
like I'm
body
applying
shape to
makeup,
me.
and those makeup tutorials get mad views.
It's worrying.
I'll slowly work my way
And
through
the
a series of
hands, like-
similar but not quite the
Yeah.
same shades of yellow to help give my Lego man's skin a bit of depth, all the while working to tone that yellow down to a slightly fleshier look.
A skip on
Then I'll
shoe.
come back through and add some darker highlights to all the wrinkles, continuing to fig. I'm not going to be covering up his feet, instead opting for that shoeless look. I considered making
Would
him
you
some
love to have the
sandals,
time
but I
shoes
couldn't
to
decide
do
on
this?
what
I
style to
would,
go with.
and the
I
skill, to
suppose
be
a pair of
honest.
Birkenstocks would probably look pretty smart.
I mean, there's a
Maybe
skill
I'll
to
do that
this.
next.
Oh, of course. But
I mean, it's
At this point, I've got
misplaced,
his
but
jeans
there is a
assembled,
skill.
And I can start adding the
I think-
wrinkles
I
and
think-
folds by way of
I
little
think,
wormy
you
dealies
know,
attached
just that
strategically
enjoyment
where the
of
wrinkles
just
would be. For reference, I
making
just
a
looked
clay
up
model,
chubby
you-
babies wearing jeans and
You may
copied
not
where
get
the
it as good
wrinkles
as
and
this,
folds sit.
but
A
you
quick
could
dab
keep
with fabric will
just
redo my
trying
textures, and I can
stuff.
get to work adding the trouser details. Now, in previous videos, I've had some people comment on how I call them pants in one sentence and trousers in the next, and there's a very good reason for that.
Jeez, little
in
belt
Canada,
buckle.
pants are pants, but in the US, add a bit more color. Because I've used the colored clay, I'm really only increasing the vibrancy and adding some shading. I'll start by
I like it.
painting the entire surface with a thinned out red,
That's great.
then touching up all the edges with a lighter shade.
He's
I'll do the
paint
exact
as
same
well.
thing for the jeans, adding a nicer blue base coat to cover the blue of the clay, then adding lots of light blue highlights along all the areas that the jeans
I love the
will
fact
create.
his little Lego T-shirt doesn't cover his
Is that I can work
his
with
little Lego belly.
about missing any spots. If
I
do end up
feel his
missing a bit of
pain.
the blue, well, the clay is already blue, so who's really gonna notice?
It's
Otherwise,
Wow.
with everything else perfectly sculpted, I can
Eye
finally
drops.
add a couple drops of UV resin to his eyes to really
Wow.
make him shine.
What is
With my
that?
Lego Man finish, I
UV
wanted something for him to stare
UV
at. I really
heater.
wanted something simple so as to fit with the authentic Lego Man theme and not draw attention away from the minifig.
Let's
In
look at the
end,
final
I
results then.
Oh, the nails.
Oh, it's terrifying.
My God.
It's like E.T. or something, isn't it?
As always, a huge thank you to the supporters over on Patreon that
Look
not
at
only
that.
enable these sorts of things,
It's
but
great.
encourage them.
It's-
And a very special thank you to my newest patrons.
Oh, he looks
Photo
happy,
Gray,
but I feel sorry for him.
Sarashton, Darkspur, and Kiwi Kuma, Eva, E.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was, but I found it strangely
Ah.
enjoyable. Oh, his little toenails.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
it's
got
disgusting.
athlete's foot.
Red shirt that will hide the horrific Lego nipples that is this channel. I hope at some
That
point
is
during
good,
this
though,
video
yeah.
you pull
Oh,
a little
dear.
extra air out of your nose.
Oh,
It's a little bit
dear.
like Baby Groot.
Smile. If you
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
then consider
actually.
subscribing for more underwhelming content.
That's
If you
amazing.
didn't, then
That's
leave me-
amazing, Stu.
There you go. Something a little different for us. That looks
Yeah.
interesting. A realistic Bowser. I like the look of that video. But yeah, there we go, Jimmy. There we go.
That's that was brilliant. Lovely to watch these things. So much talent out there. Like a lot of people don't know what people can make. Like me and the wife sometimes watch There's a lady, I think she's Japanese, making stuff out of clay, and she makes like Tim Burton stuff, and you're just watching, you're going, how are they making that? It's incredible.
Yeah,
It's all on
incredible.
YouTube. YouTube is such an I say it's an untapped thing. Obviously, there's millions of people watching it, but there's loads who don't, who just watch Emmerdale and Coronation Street and the news. It's like, no, get on YouTube, watch some fucking interesting stuff. Watch us.
Indeed. What more is there to love? Colin Doolan, that thumb was hideous. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Awful. Absolutely
disgusting. There we go. That was the Renaissance Men podcast for June 10th, 2022. It's been a wild ride. We went some places, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went all over the place. It was enjoyable, very much so.
It's always enjoyable for me.
I'm not sure whether we conclusively came to any conclusions about anything, but I enjoyed the ride, Jimmy, and that's what's important.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
What's left to say? If you've been here for the first time, then please do give us a like and subscribe. It all helps the channel, as always. Late comment in from Holly. I'm going to pottery lessons. It's much harder than it looks. Well, Holly, we would love to see some of your creations. Hopefully not as hideous as the Lego man. But yeah, do please let us know what they like. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Wrap it. Until next week, thank you for joining us. Please take care and goodbye.